How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. Today, we're breaking down everything that we want to see in Generation 10, and we're making predictions for what we want to see on Pokemon Day 2026. We've got a lot of fun ideas at the top of the show, but we're also passing the mic to our Discord community to hear what the people have to say. What you guys, the community, are excited about. Like I said, we talked Gen 10. I think this was like a 4-hour recording, so half of this show will be available to Patreon and YouTube channel member supporters. Links are in the description. My name's DustyGogoat. Today I'm joined by TraderLumi and SoulSilverArt. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. All right, guys, 30th year anniversary, Pokemon Day 2026. We're talking Generation 10. Like, this is kind of the last chance for a lot of things, right? Like, we got a lot of things on our bingo card that we put up on social media, but we also got just a lot of expectations for Pokemon Day. I'll just say it, like, this is the last chance for me for ports. You know, and if we don't get classic Pokemon games, I'm never talking about it ever again. You have that promise.
No, that's real. Like, if they don't drop it on the 30th anniversary, like, I would feel like, are they even planning on dropping it at all?
Never. You know? Never, yeah.
Because the last time they dropped it was the 20th anniversary, so it makes sense. Release these games every 10 years. They'll be a new console. Last time it was, what, the 3DS? We're actually 2 consoles away from that now.
It needs to happen, man.
2, you know?
Yeah.
But if you don't talk about it, we'll probably talk about it anyway, Dusty.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, thank you. But I guess let's. I guess I'm starting, right. So Pokemon ports. This is the thing that I expect, that I want on Pokemon Day, probably the most. And
wait,
yes,
when you say the most, do you mean more than Gen 10?
Yeah, because we're gonna get Generation 10. Yes, and
right.
Because Generation 10's a lock, and I have no expectations for that. And it's true. I guess if people are joining us for the first time, like I think ports are important. My whole spiel is that ports are important because, for one, accessibility of new players. Right. I think it's very easy for us old heads. If you're listening to a podcast, you've probably a Pokemon podcast. You've probably found ways. You've probably emulated ways, right, to play these classic games. But I think there is a level of importance. I think it's healthy for these old games to be accessible, so new players, literally 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds who haven't played older games, can have access to that. That's one thing. I also think ports are awesome because when something is ported, the whole community, again, old and new, the whole community is focused on that experience all at the same time, which, again, I think is really cool. And it kind of it simulates the effect of a new game release. So I think that's another reason why we need ports. And then my final thing, and this is where we leave Copium and we enter there's some dots being connected. I think for the 30th year anniversary, right, it makes sense for us to receive Pokemon ports, and I'm talking about Generations 1, 2, 3 at a minimum, because those games could be made available on and compatible with Pokemon Home, but then also with Pokemon Champions, right? So
and to take that and go even further with it, with Pokemon Home, a new thing they started doing, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago, is that they started having these rewards for Dex completion, and so now you could go back and do that with these ports, right?
Yes.
Oh, you completed the Dex in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It gives you a shiny. I actually don't remember which shiny it gives you. I think a Keldeo. But then, okay, so you've done it in Emerald.
People are being yes, 100%.
You've done it in Fire Red. Shiny Mew. It just makes sense.
And again, so another piece of evidence that I noticed. I don't have an image up right here, but like in the promotion for that graphic, that video they put out with the 30 Pikachu, they also showcased Pikachu in all of its different sprite incarnations, which, again, that's not evidence, but it's just I don't know. I haven't seen that Gen 3 Pikachu sprite in so long, and it made me really happy to see. And I don't know. That's what I want. I want ports. I want the Switch 2. I'm ready to have a Pokemon machine again, right? That, an official Pokemon machine. And this is a conversation for another day, but I did boot up a new save file of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee because I was kind of sick of sick of all the blind hatred of it. And I got to tell you, playing it as just kind of like a random game, not with the weight of anticipating an actual core Pokemon game for like 10 months, like not buying it and then being like disappointed that it's not a core series Switch Pokemon game, it's pretty awesome. It's literally just like HD Fire Red and Leaf Green in my experience so far. I'm kind of loving it. So I'm ready to play some more Pokemon games.
That's funny because you always talk about having like a 3D Kanto, you know? That's what it is.
And it's kind of hitting. It's not the same because anyways, conversation for another day. Pokemon ports, that's what I want for generation that's what I want to see get announced on Pokemon Day. I'm pumped.
I think it's happening.
Nice.
I think it's happening. I'll build off yours because yours kind of connects to mine. You said the reason that you think this might be happening or like something that you think is a dot connecting is Pokemon Champions. I don't know if I think it'll happen, but I think there is a chance at least that Pokemon Champions, we're definitely getting news on it, I think, but I think it could shadow drop on Pokemon Day.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling.
And I want that. I do and I don't. It's funny. I literally I have a whole video that I've got scheduled out where like I briefly mentioned Champions and I said oh, you know, the only downside to this is I'm going to be streaming like all day on Hidden Power, you know, cuz that's something we do. And I'm like and I won't be able to play Pokemon Champions. And that is going to low key suck cuz I'm going to be feeling the FOMO. But I do think Champions, it's got to be coming out at some point. February 1st, they kind of the first of each month is when they look at the next month of like VGC or whatever, and they still have not said, oh, April on we'll be doing Scarlet and Violet. They, as far as we know, Scarlet and Violet VGC on it, so the competitions end on it in March. That's the last month they're doing it. They have not renewed it for April, so to speak. So I think that's a big sign. Yeah, it seems like Champions will be playable by April, and they usually give you a month to play with the game before they move competitions onto it. Like with Teal Mask, that came out in September. They didn't start using Teal Mask Pokemon until October. So I think that all the stars are aligned for Champions to at least release in March.
Yeah, I agree. There's even like supposedly a release date, like a placeholder release date, which is April 2nd.
Ooh.
So
where's
like
that coming from?
Before that.
Oh, from the is that from like the website?
I think it's the eShop, or something like that.
They always have like a placeholder date. Like I remember for Legends it was like December 31st, 2025. It didn't it released before then, but you have to put
normally it doesn't. Normally it's a placeholder. It doesn't. Nobody reaches that. So it's like should be a little bit before that. If not, like it would be that date, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
No, Pokemon Champions shadow dropping. I'm definitely I'm in agreement. I feel like this thing's been kind of floating, and I think it makes sense to drop this when everyone is like millions of people are going to be watching the Pokemon Presents. Maybe not watching it live, but like definitely like paying, watching it at some point during the day.
Attention. It'll be everywhere.
Pokemon's going to be, it's going to have a big spike, a big audience. It makes sense to be like, hey, this free to download game at least. Go get it. Like you can literally get it and then any of these other Pokemon games that you have, ZA or whatever, you can get in Champions. And then also the little promotion tie-in there is, oh, if you haven't bought ZA yet, guess what? You can use all these megas in Champions. So you might want to actually get ZA. And I can see that all just like, working together to get people hyped.
That's what really makes ZA relevant again, I'd say, because it's like, it's been, I don't even know, like a month and a half or so, maybe more than that. 2 months since it's been out, or people have been playing, I guess, since the DLC.
Yeah, it's been out.
So,
it also needs to be. I've been proposing the idea of like maybe Champions having some kind of cross promotion for connecting with ZA, and really this all spans from with Pokemon Home. They did a connection like reward for connecting it to Sword and Shield. They did a Gigantamax Melmetal.
Yeah.
And you can't get G-Max Melmetal in Sword and Shield. You can't even use the Max Soup in the Isle of Armor to give it a Gigantamax factor. The only way to get G-Max Melmetal was through this home event. And so I've been thinking, I wonder if they do something similar with Champions. And we do have a Mega Evolution that is still not coded into Legends EA, that being Mega Garchomp Z.
That's big, man. Yeah.
So I feel like they might end up taking that and going, you transfer a Legends ZA Pokemon into Home or into Champions, and you will now be able to access the dimensional rift that gives you Garchomp Z.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense.
No, that makes sense. I can see.
I hope so. I do think. I think it would be very smart for them to do it like that. I just think that Pokopia's like right around the corner as well. I don't know if they like want to overlap them. I know that it's even smarter to do it on Pokemon Day because really Gen 10's going to take over the Pokemon fans' minds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everyone's going to be like, it's just Gen 10 and all that. It's even kind of sus that, I mean, maybe that's why they're dropping Pokopia so soon because it's like they're not going to be thinking about anything else but Gen 10 for a while. So I think it would be smart for them to drop champions as soon as possible, on top of all the other things we've already talked about.
That or its DLC ties into Gen 10 Pokopia. So they're releasing it now so they can release the DLC like a little after Gen 10 or something.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Assuming there is DLC.
I guess I also want to say, like, thinking about it, I actually don't think Pokopia and Champions are in competition at all. I think they are both...
They're not.
I think
No,
Pokopia... I think Pokopia...
It's that people will just be like, thinking about only Gen 10. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll get overshadowed in a way. Maybe Pokopia not as much, but...
It's the reason they saved the Gen 10 reveal, the mainline game reveal, not even Gen 10. Anytime it's a mainline game, they save it for the very end of the presentation. Because they know that if they go, oh, here's Gen 10, look, the Gen 10 starters. Sure. Anyways, we now have some news on Pokopia. It's going to be like, I'm excited for Pokopia, to be clear. Like, I'm so excited for that game. But I will be like, oh, the Gen 10 starters,
Yeah, but so the way I'm thinking about this is like, Pokemon Champions is a living game. It's just kind of like it's something that you're just going to download and you're going to have on your system and you're going to periodically check it out. It's not really in that way in any sort of competition with Generation 10. And I think they actually work together, but also Champions is not in competition with Pokopia because I also think Pokopia is not really made for this. Yeah. It's not for us. It's not for us like mainline Game Freak heads, like whatever you want to classify us as, like video game, Pokemon video game enthusiasts. Like this is Pokopia is actually it's a reach across the aisle to get other people interested in Pokemon. Like this is not, like we're gonna see so many new people enter the space because of Pokopia. So what I'm trying to say is like. Yeah, I don't even think that yes, for us, we're thinking about Generation 10, but I think these are all attracting and appealing to different types of people. So it makes sense for them to all get announced at once. And we could see Champions. It's like, download it now. Everyone's going to download it because it's pretty much anyone who likes Pokemon probably can get Champions because it'll be free and you have a Switch or you have a smartphone. And you if you're watching the Pokemon Presents, you probably have one of the Switch Pokemon games, which means you can use Champions with those Pokemon. So, like, Champions, love it. Shadow Drop, everyone's going to download Champions that day. I'm going to. And then it's like, now you get a week or 2 weeks until Pokopia. And it's
6 days.
Yeah. Yes, literally 6 days is crazy.
They do usually, even though they are appealing, I agree with you. Like, they're appealing to different groups, Like, for sure. I don't think Wolf Glick, who's obviously going to be big on Champions because that's where VGC is necessarily going to, like, go, Champions, no thanks. Pokopia's coming out, I agree with that. But also, they do usually like to try to give each thing their moment in the sun, I guess you could say.
Sure.
It's the same reason, like, Nintendo
I think it's at 6 days.
A Mario game in November because they know that's Pokemon.
No, but this is yes, yeah, I agree. What I'm saying is that this is still completely different. Champions we have to think about Champions like an app. Champions is like Pokemon Home.
Sure.
We all have Pokemon Home on our Switch.
They just got me, actually. A little notification popped up.
Exactly.
That's funny. Mine renews in February, too. Does everyone's renew in February?
I think we probably all downloaded it in February.
Pokemon Day.
It probably came out in February, and that's what it is,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just going to get Champions. Yeah. It's an app. It's an app. We have to think about it. It's like a calculator on your phone.
I don't know.
I still think it'll be a lot more.
I agree,
but as a product, it is an app, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Yes.
You don't need to purchase it.
I'm just thinking of it like, we just don't know enough about it. You could be totally right. I just think we have to see what it's about. To be honest, that was kind of one of my like Lumi kind of stole it a little bit, but my hopes and predictions for the Pokemon Presents is obviously Gen 10. I'll go into that a little later, but I was going to talk about Champions too. Like, I really hope that we get a good trailer, like a trailer that shows, where they've progressed and what's in it. Like, because we just don't really know. All we know is what you're saying, Dusty, and that's true. So that's what you can go off of. But like,
they need to
I'm not even talking
non-multiplayer features in it.
Yeah.
If they're there, maybe they're not there. I think they will.
No, but just to be clear, like, I'm talking about like I'm not talking about the content at all of the game. I'm saying it's an app because it literally is an app that you download. It's an app that you download, and presumably there's no purchase involved. You just it's a supplementary download that works with. I mean, I don't know. If you're listening to this podcast, you have, even if you don't, I mean, I would let us know in the comments. Do you listen to this podcast and you don't have a Switch, and you've never played a Switch Pokemon game? I'm really curious, actually, because in my mind, I'm like, that's all I'm saying by an app. It's like, if you play Pokemon and you have a Switch, then you're probably what are you showing us right now?
Pokemon Friends, the greatest Pokemon app of all
time. This out of here. Get this out of here.
I can't believe you even have that on your phone.
Yeah,
I've never touched it, man. It's just there.
I didn't download it. Nothing.
So all I'm trying to say is, like, Pokemon Champions is I'm not even talking about the content, because there could be a story, there could be a campaign, there could be like all these different battle modes, there could be customization. I have no idea, but like, regardless, the likelihood, 99% of people watching the Pokemon Presents probably have a Switch and probably have the ability to, like, seamlessly, no friction, go to the eShop, download Pokemon Champions, and then it's on their phone, or like, it's on their Switch or on their. Dude, it's also going to be on the phone, so you don't even need a Switch. I don't even know what I'm saying. Every single person who's watching the Pokemon Presents can literally, with zero friction, except for the 2 minutes it takes to navigate to the App Store or whatever, download Champions. And that's what I'm saying when I say it's an app. That's all I mean. Like, there's no friction. It's not even like, because it's like with every other game, it's like, okay, do I spend $70 on Pokopia? Do I spend $70 on, on Gen 10? Do I spend $70 on a different Switch game that I want to get, right? Or do I spend $70 on groceries? You know what I'm like? There's a purchasing decision. Pokemon. There's a purchasing decision that has to be made, and with Champions, there's none of that. What I'm saying is, everyone's gonna download it. There's no reason not to. There's no friction. Sure. Does that make sense? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
yes, it makes sense. I feel like they want people to play it, though. That's what I'm getting at.
But you can't play it if you don't download it, and if there's a $70 price tag on it, like, then that's going to deter people from downloading it, which deters them from playing it. So that's all I'm saying is,
I'm still expecting a
Shadow Drop. That's my position. Shadow Drop
on it. I'm with you on Shadow Drop, and I also think that there will be a paid mode for it as well.
Ooh, probably, yeah.
Because I don't remember the exact blurb, because it came out like in June, last time we had a trailer for this, but or July. But there's some kind of blurb on the website for Champions that says something about, like, these features can't be. The wording of it kind of implies, like, that there will be some kind of pass that will be paid for, or at least that's a possibility that they might do in the future or something. Again, I don't remember the exact verbiage, but I remember it was something everybody was talking about, and that's kind of what I'm expecting, which makes sense too, because, like, Home is that way. Home has a free version where you can only put, like, X amount of Pokemon on it, and then they have a paid version where you get access to the GTS features, you get access to Wonder Trade and all this other stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not on the Shadow Drop train, though. I think they give Pokopia its due, and then I don't know.
But you think we'll get a release date at least, yeah?
Yeah, I do think so.
Okay.
When are you thinking for a release date? And then we can talk about.
I do think before or like in April, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there. Because to me, it's like, it's the perfect time, because we're probably not going to get Gen 10 news again until May or maybe June. So, like, it's just like Pokopia and Champions until then, And I kind of love that. I'll spend a lot of time playing Champions in the meantime, and Pokopia.
God,
so
I hope you're wrong and it's like Sun and Moon.
You know it. I know it. Being a Pokemon fan right now is kind of brutal, right? You can't find anything. Prices are wild. And that's why I'm really excited to announce that Hidden Power has partnered with Awesome CCG. This is my real-life local card shop right here in New England. Awesome CCG has the largest selection of Pokemon TCG. When other places are dry, they've got product in-store, but also on their website. And listen, you're gonna love these people. When I was at the shop earlier today, they could not resist bringing up how high I put Surskit on our Generation 3 tier list. If you're chasing Charizard right now, Phantasmal Flames is a great expansion. And I'm also really excited to get Ascended Heroes and Perfect Order. And these are going to be big sets. They're going to be in high demand. Awesome CCG has so many English Pokemon cards available. They got everything, all the new stuff. But personally, I like to get the Japanese packs. This means I don't need to wait. I can get the same exact beautiful artwork, but before all of my friends see them online. And usually they're a little bit cheaper. You can check out everything that they have on their website. They'll have all the new English sets. It's going to be so cool to actually get like physical Pokemon cards of the new Generation 10 starters when those come out. Right now, Hidden Power listeners can get 5% off any regular priced merchandise by using the link in the description or the pinned comment. And they don't just have Pokemon cards. They've got board games, role-playing games, plushies, Funko Pops, other TCGs like Lorcana, One Piece, and even Magic the Gathering. If you've been burned by empty shelves, this is the move. Don't forget 5% off for Hidden Power listeners. Link is in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you to Awesome CCG for sponsoring. And now back to the video.
So Gen 10, like obviously we can go into that now, just because that's what I want to see. I want to see like a really good trailer, like something that shows off a lot, not just I guess not Scarlet and Violet, even though they did show a good bit, but.
Mm-hmm. You said a couple videos back, I don't remember the exact video, but you had said something about how one thing you wanted the Gen 10 trailer to show us to be the battles, and that has been like resonating with me ever since you said that, because I do think that's important. We just had Legends EA radically change the way Pokemon battles work, and then you have Pokemon Champions, which I think has made people even more uncertain of what mainline battles will look like, because it's like, oh, are they making Pokemon Champions so that's where turn-based stuff happens and combat's going to be different in the mainline games now? And so I think you show the battles in this game so that you either deliver on like the idea that Legends EA battles, they're continuing and we're expanding on them, or you're letting us all know, hey, and look, it's the classic way you battle Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, or you let them know it's a hybrid of the two. I think it's important to show off the battles very early for this game's marketing cycle. Why not in the very first trailer? Sword and Shield showed us a battle in the first trailer. I think this game should too.
I wonder though, if they want to do the opposite.
Yeah.
If they're like, they want to keep us guessing and keep us like speculating about what the battle system's actually going to be, and that sucks if they do that. It also is kind of dumb, in my personal opinion, to like, this is what Game Freak does though a lot of times, or I guess the Pokemon Company, but they put like an expectation or give the fans their own way to expect something, and then we're let down when what we expected doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if it's a smart idea if they do it that way, but
it's I also Pokemon idea.
I guess I also think about like, is it really the battles? Is that why like 20 million people buy the new Pokemon game every 3 years?
No, it's the Pokemon more than anything.
It's the Pokemon. 100%.
Yeah,
it's the Pokemon. It's the nostalgia. It's the classic formula that you remember from over the years. So I'm not against what you're saying, Lumi. Like I would be happy to learn that. I guess I don't see it. I guess I'm really just expecting. And we did a full breakdown about this and on a couple other podcasts this month. But yeah, I think what I'm expecting is the Pokemon starters to be revealed in for Gen 10, maybe some hints at what the region could be based on, and what else did we talk about? We talked about maybe the protagonists, some of the biomes.
They'll show off shots of the region, so surely we'll get to kind of speculate based on it. Like, I think people figured out it was Spain from the first Scarlet and Violet trailer.
Yeah. It took a minute,
but we figured it out.
It took like 10 hours because originally everyone was convinced, of whatever.
Australia.
It's like they were convinced of whatever they wanted to see.
I saw Australia. I saw China.
It's North Carolina. It's North Carolina.
It is. It's North Carolina.
It's Iowa. I knew it. I've always wanted an Iowa.
North Carolina.
Yeah,
Give me a Florida region, man. I've been saying it for a while. I'm dead serious. I'd love it.
Of course,
Scarlet
it's
and
Quebec.
Violet, I mean, Scarlet and Violet is like, I don't know. I was looking back at it, and it's just like the most blah region that there is really.
But that's because of
like,
performance. That's because of the game.
No, but I mean,
I think
even
the
the
region itself.
Yeah, there's like
kind of
nothing.
bland.
But I think
there's nothing.
If you look at the concept art,
spicy about it.
If you look at the concept art, they had intention. Like it could have been.
Oh yeah,
it could have been great.
There are spots in the region that like they shine, but
Yeah.
when you leave those spots, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Area Zero
it's
is the
grass.
coolest place, actually.
For sure,
absolutely.
and it's all sci-fi.
And even little things like
Yep.
like the starting area, like where yours and Namona's house is. I think that's a pretty area. You got the SoulSilverArt
Best
Trail,
place
which
in
is
the
that
world.
like fall area. That was
Okay.
really pretty. I like the bamboo area, but then everything else is like copy.
But see the bamboo area is like from the east. You know, it's not part of like Spain. I don't know why they just didn't. I don't know. Spain is very arid and dry in most of it. Like, and I feel like the whole desert area in Scarlet and Violet was just so poor that it didn't catch all of that. I think the best places are like the Graphii place, like Tang Tree Thicket.
Tag Tree Thicket. That's
Sure,
good.
Yeah.
sure.
That's
So
good.
what do you we have a couple more minutes and then we have to jump over to our listeners and our community to see what they what they're expecting to see on Pokemon Day. But yeah, just high level, what are you most anticipating for Pokemon Day when it comes to Generation
Most
10?
anticipating Gen 10, but if I were to go outside
About
of
Gen
that, so I'm not
about
boring.
Gen 10, about Gen 10.
Oh, about Gen 10.
We're talking
Okay.
about Generation 9, so I just want to make sure we get our thoughts
for sure.
out.
I want
I
to
was
see
gonna
the
say
starters.
I was gonna say the starters as well because
Okay. Yeah.
people
Same.
don't realize it, but it's been 4 years since we had new
know.
starters, and like it's been quite a bit since we've had new Pokemon. Our last new Pokemon was Petulant, whenever that was. So that
2 years ago.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
you say new-
starters
no,
kind
that's
of
not
give us
true.
the
We got the
vibe of the
Megas.
region, I think, too. Like, you know, like they give us the vibe of like the art direction for the Pokemon, because the art direction does change a little bit between games. So I feel like starters, to me, they feel like a nice idea in my head of
Sure.
like, oh, this is like the kind of vibes the Pokemon will have.
Yeah, man, that's so crazy. It's like we could get like an elephant starter, and you're like, what? This is real now? This is canon? You know? That's insane. That is actually kind of insane and exciting.
I agree with what you're saying. I think Lumi's talking more about like the whole vibe because I don't
That's
know.
what I'm talking about. The vibe. I'm talking about the vibe. I'm talking about like when we saw Fuecoco, you're like, this isn't a Pokemon, but it's like if that was a regional, if that was like a Pokemon just in a Dex, it would be like a Salandit. But Fuecoco being a animated, mascot, crocodile, pepper baby, like its name is Fuecoco. I don't know. Like I think it's cool, right? It does kind of it kind of gives you a vibe of like what the region's gonna be.
It definitely
or what the
gives
whole
you,
game's
like,
gonna be.
All three of them give you the vibe of like this is like kind of goofy, quirky Pokemon, like the whole Dex.
Yeah.
Very weird. So
It also helps you figure out the region, right? Because like I think that's when people start realizing, oh, this is Spanish, is when the names were Fuecoco and Sprigatito.
No, it's North Carolina.
It's North Carolina.
Yeah, after I saw that, I was like, definitely NC. We're going to North Carolina, baby.
I do think that that's like more of a mod, like just Gen 9 thing though, because like when I think of, I guess Score Bunny kind of gives you like a maybe he's gonna be a soccer player vibe, but like when you look at Grookey and Sobble, you're like this has nothing to do with Gala or England,
sure.
So I do think it's hit or miss. Like it's 50-50. If they continue on that way, which I hope they do, then we will know for sure. Like they give them some Indonesian, whatever their language is actually.
That'd be
because
cool.
they have multiple ones. But yeah,
I believe
names.
Oh, they have multiple. I didn't know that. Ooh, that's interesting. That could. I like that too. The Pokemon names. I'm excited specifically for the starter names. Is that weird? But like usually they are like they're
I'm telling
fun,
you,
know.
If there's gonna be, if the rumors are true and Gen 10 is gonna take place in Southeast Asia, I love the idea. I want this so bad. I think they might simplify it to just 2, but I would love the idea of basically, like canonically, the explorable map that we play around in Generation 10 is actually, like canonically, 3 different in-world regions. And what you do is each starter is from a separate region in the game that you can go to in the game.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And what like in an RPG fashion, like
that.
Like, what if it's like the
Yeah.
starter that you choose? That's the part of the map that you start in. You know, like, that's so much fun. I don't know
That's
if
a
we're gonna
great
get
idea.
that, but that's just
No,
fun.
we need to just sit at a round table with the Game Freak, man. Look,
Yeah.
listen, guys, this is a great idea. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if they did do that, I don't think that they'd show it on Pokemon Day, unfortunately.
No, that's true.
I wish.
Well,
but
no, they're just gonna show that they're gonna show the starters. For sure.
One thing about the starters that I really hope that they do, and I think that they will, because
Yeah.
they have the past 2 generations, is they like update their information on like the official website and give us like,
Sure.
oh, this is this Pokemon and it's this Pokemon and it does this. You know, like it has
Yeah.
like a little blurb about who it is and all that.
For
So,
sure.
I really hope. I'm gonna push that a few times on this podcast because I need it. I need all that. The 2D art too.
Let's jump over now to our Patreon and YouTube channel member supporters, and we'll check out what they want to see on Pokemon Day. I'm pretty excited to hear from them. If you want to actually, if you want to get into the next call-in show, and we're going to be doing these more now that we have more Pokemon Presents and announcements going on this year. So we're gonna want to get feedback from our community, and if you want to get in the next call-in show, there's links in the description. You can join to become a paid supporter at any level, and you'll get access to the secret Discord, which we're recording in right now, and you'll be able to, actually get into the next call-in show. But let's go see what the people have to say. Let's go see.
The first caller is gonna be Jen Renegade, aka Aaron. An invite has been sent to you. There you are. Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Doing
Chilling.
good, man.
Excited
Doing
to hear.
good, man.
I'm a little under the weather, but
You're so
That-
sick.
I'm sorry to hear
I'm
that.
sick.
He's pumped up with
Whatever.
NyQuil right now.
I saw you say that you got a snowstorm this weekend. It seems that like almost all of the U.S. except for Seoul got that.
I still got it. Still cold.
Yeah, I'm in Texas, so we got northern Texas. We got like a couple inches of snow, but that's enough to shut our state down. So that was exciting.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. I'm in
But,
North Carolina, and we got much of the same, so I feel that.
Fun time.
So what you feeling about the 30th anniversary Pokemon Day, Gen 10? Share us your predictions. Your
What are you
thoughts, all
looking
that
forward
good
to?
Stuff.
Man, I'm so excited because fun fact, I am as old as the Pokemon games. I was born 1 month before the first game was released. So
Let's
I
go.
Dude, you're the chosen one. You're the the prophet. You're like yeah, I love that.
And before I get into my predictions real quick, I just want to officially state this to the entire Pokemon community that's watching. I officially would like to change the statement of Shalfa to Alfie, just because it's cuter.
Oh, the shiny.
That is cuter. That is
That is
cuter. I like
Alright.
that.
That is much cute.
So my predictions for Gen 10, firstly, I think just based off the fact that Gen 5 was a reboot, or a soft reboot, we're going to see that with Gen 10 as well. Or
Dude.
maybe even a hard reboot. And
Hard
with
reboot.
that-
Ooh.
with that, I think we are going to see a
This is
return to
good.
form. Like in Gen 5, I think we're going to see new battle formats. Like something in tandem, since we know turn-based is returning, but with how well received it seems, the live, I don't even know what it's called right now. I'm spacing. I've been awake. I just got off of work. I apologize.
You're all good, man.
No. So
You just got off of work. You're in Texas. What you worked a night shift. Ooh.
Yeah, I work overnight. I'm an engineer, so it's for a distribution company. I repair machines. So
Love it.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
That all makes more sense.
Wait.
now
So
with the
let's
context.
yeah. So let's go back. No, this is cool. So you said new battle formats. Do you mean like 8? I guess I heard the plural version of that, and I'm thinking, do you mean like, like Little Cup, 20-minute timer? Are we
Triple
talking like
rotation.
triple? Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Like Gen 5, we had the triple rotation, we had like a free-for-all style battle. Like there were multiple different battle formats in Gen 5.
Sure.
And I'm not saying it's going to be an exact mirror of that, but that's
Right.
just kind of where my thought process is at.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. Look at in Gen 7, which I've said that many times, this is like a Lola 2.0. Gen 10.
Yeah.
In Gen 7 they had like the free for all battle. What was it? It's not free for all. What is it called?
Battle Royals.
The battle royales, yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
a whole
in Gen 7, that's also when they introduced the horde battles.
True. Yeah.
Oh, the
They used
SOS
to-
thing, yeah.
Yeah. They used to do stuff like that all the time. Like in battles, they'd be like, "Oh, this is a different way," and most times it's connected to shiny hunting. But
Yeah.
that's very interesting. That could be a big possibility. I'd say it's very likely.
Yeah. So then my next prediction, this one's kind of a long one, so I'm just going to try to run through it as quickly as I can to save time for other people who want to call as well. But I was trying to analyze like what potential legendaries or mythicals could we see. And so I've been taking a look at the mythology of Malaysia and the Philippines and stuff like that. And they have one in particular called, and I'm probably going to butcher this, and I apologize to any native speakers, Jajajin Pari, which is essentially their version of a fairy king.
Oh.
And the reason that I think we could see a depiction of him is because, like we said, this is kind of like Alola 2.0 is what we're figuring. And in Alola, we had the Tapus, who were heavily connected to the fairy type, especially with their Z moves. And so I'm kind of thinking we might see a fairy king of the Tapus type of Pokemon, potentially.
Bro, you're cooking. I love these. These are really fun ideas.
I actually love that, yeah.
You're speaking our language.
I do think in general, I mean, whether they relate to the Tapus or not, I do think like any sort of new quartet or like collection, like a trio of legendaries, sub-legendaries, those are always so fun because I think they contextualize kind of the culture and the history and the lore of the region, right? It kind of gives you a little bit, and sometimes they can even be from like foreign regions, and because we're, it's rumored to be, it's looking like this game is going to take place in like the version of Indonesia in the Pokemon world. Like there's a lot of places around there that we've never been to that we probably won't see in this game, but like we could get more hints to. Like I'm thinking about India is right there to the north west, right? You've got there's Russia.
India is also
there's Japan.
India is very connected.
Asia.
Just want to say. To
Yeah.
this region.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
very influential.
Well, like historically.
Yeah, historically.
Yeah, but it's not what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's great. That would be evidence towards that, which is great. So yeah, I love this idea. This is great.
I always like when they add. I mean, it's just exciting when they add to other like groups or whatever. Anyways, right? Like one of my favorite memories is that trailer for Crown Tundra where it showed off that they were doing more Reggies. So I'm just like down regardless to add to old groups.
It's a good idea.
Actually,
really good idea.
I've got two more, like part A and B, C for this theory. So part B for legendaries we could potentially see actually kind of has to go into what you're saying there, Lumi. I think we might see like I don't even know how to describe it. Like kind of how what are they? The Three Musketeers. What's their trio?
Swords of Justice.
Swords of Justice, that's it. Thank you. Kind of like how they have Keldeo as like the kind of secret fourth part to their three. I do think we could potentially see a like leader to the Ruinous Quartet. And the evidence I have behind that is because, like we know, this is very tied into Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and again, wind and wave, or winds and waves, whatever it's going to be. You got to kind of look at the history of that. And with that, there are multiple gods in Indonesian culture and Malaysian culture that have to do with winds and waves. And Malaysia in particular is also heavily tied into Chinese mythology. And so a lot of that has to do with like vengeful spirits and dark gods and stuff like that. And part of that is a dragon.
Love it.
And so potentially I could see us getting like a leader of the Ruinous Quartet being a vengeful dragon.
Sounds awesome.
That's crazy.
I love it.
I'm making a connection right now. Like if there are Chinese inspired gods in this location, deities in this location, could this actually be where the Ruinous Quartet are from?
Exactly. I was thinking that earlier too. I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. I can't wait.
I think that it really might be because like with Arcanine, in the very first Pokemon game, Arcanine was like stated to be like from China, or there were legends about it in China. It connected it to China, but then in Legends Arceus, which is set in Hisui, which is Hokkaido, Japan, they kind of recontextualize that and almost act like, oh no, when they were talking about China, which eventually was changed to be the West in translation, or the East rather, they like recontextualize that as, no, we were talking about Hisui. So I think like, especially when you look into like how people have said, just for like kind of geopolitics and like censorship stuff with the Chinese government, there may not be a China region. I think that it's very possible they kind of take any Chinese inspired Pokemon and throw them to areas around that country if they do never do a region there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fun. That's fun.
And then you can look at previous generations and see callbacks to other regions that we've never visited, but they've mentioned. Like I think the most bold one that comes to mind is Kaparaja being a Indian elephant.
Yeah.
We also have mentions to like South America.
Yep.
Yeah. Mew.
And then so the third part to this prediction theory of mine is probably the safest of this entire theory. And that's, I just think, maybe as a mythical, maybe as a legendary, maybe a pseudo something, we're going to get a Malaysian tiger just because that's the national animal.
Dude, that is so much fun. To think of, I got to be honest, I'm kind of sick of these like elemental dragons being pseudo legendaries. The idea of this is so cool, especially because this kind of ties into your soft reboot or your hard reboot thing, where it's like, if Arcanine was always supposed to be a legendary, or it's literally classified as the legendary Pokemon, what if our pseudo legendary Pokemon this gen is a tiger-like creature? And that would be awesome. That just sounds awesome. I'm imagining it. It's not like an animal. It's not a starter. This tiger-like legend or pseudo legend would be basically like, I feel like it would have to be like fairy fire, or it would have to have some sort of like myth to it, or not myth, but like it would have to have some sort of like spiritual power to it, I think, right? So to separate it from like a normal animal like Pyroar, right? That's super cool, man. That's super cool.
So what I'm hearing is you're maybe expecting to see the legendaries on Pokemon Day, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I would hope so.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. It's a possibility, but have they ever done it before? You know what though? I don't think they've done it before they did with X and Y. You're right.
X and Y. It wasn't Pokemon Day.
Also, like
close enough.
With Sword and Shield, we didn't get the box legendaries on the reveal trailer, but they did like show us the logos, and the logos literally have like this dog head outline on the sword and on the shield. So it was kind of this cool thing
that's a
where
good point.
We got like a little tease at what the legendary could be like, because at that point everybody was like, oh, okay, well the legendaries are going to be dogs, you know.
I forgot about that, but you're totally right.
So I'd like that.
No,
I hope they do something like that. That'd be amazing, because then we could really speculate for like months on what those were. Because I mean, when we saw that in Sword and Shield, it was like, what is this? Are they the legendaries? I mean, you know, they're both the same.
I remember too when that happened, people theorizing that there was going to be a gun.
Yeah.
Oh sure, yeah.
Pokemon.
It was. I think that was kind of a meme, but also it kind of makes sense. But it's also like, this doesn't make sense.
You know that they kind of did in a way do it. They didn't do that specifically, but they did, like, it was Sword, Shield, and while it didn't get a third version, the DLC did continue that with armor and crown.
I was gonna say yes. They didn't give us a gun. I thought you were gonna say they gave us a gun.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
And you know what's even better is that
so they did continue with it though.
Eternatus is the hand that holds the sword and the shield as well. So it is
Scarlet
kinda
and
nice with all
Violet
that.
continued with it too, right? Scarlet, Violet, Teal, Indigo. You know, so the DLC will like keep it. So if it's winds and waves, I guess like you could kind of predict the DLC would maybe be other natural elements like that.
Beach and beer.
So what is the rumor? What is the rumor for what the Gen 10 legends are going to be? We have descriptions about them maybe being like, I think feminine or kind of paternal and maternal, and then also just kind of like they are just kind of like guardians or like checkpoints for they're older and they're checkpoints for our strength. But I don't think we actually know what they're gonna look like or what their animal design is gonna be. So I would
if they even have an animal design, you know, I mean,
yes,
and we know that they're related to storms and seas. That's what we know. So like one of them is like the legendary of
Yeah.
storms and winds, and the other one's legendary
Yeah.
of like the actual waves of the seas and stuff like that. And
Okay, so
obviously,
what I'm hopeful, I guess, is that I really like this idea of these not being so literal as like a dragon or as like a humanoid or a bird and fish, but rather, again, I'm just looking at these. I'm looking at these tigers. I just did a Google search for a tiger after you said it, and I'm like, it would be really cool if we got some like god legendaries that are depicted in the image of powerful beasts, like natural animals. And I'm thinking about the Therian forms of like the weather of the genies, right? Where we have this like tiger form of, what would it be? Landorus. And then there's a dragon, and then there's like a bird, and I think that's something that I would kind of want to see. Or maybe they could even do a thing where there are two different forms. That's cool.
That'd be really important too.
Dude, you brought up so many good things. What a heater for the first caller today. I guess I do want to say, I just want to maybe circle back on that hard reboot idea, because I just recorded a video for my second channel about a hard reboot, and I do think there's actually, I do think we could see something like that. And I guess when I say hard reboot, I'm thinking soft reboot. What I'm thinking is like, Generation 5 redid a lot of concepts, Pokemon concepts, and they remixed them into new ideas and new species. I guess as far as I went with that idea was, but I think they could do that. I think they could do that again and maybe do it better, right? And I'm not saying the whole Dex is going to be a repeat.
Like that,
I'm just saying like
all of Univos wasn't a repeat. There just were some like obvious sock and throws, Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan,
And I think for any design, any rebooted concept like sock and throw, right? If those are an analog or a remix or a reattempt at a Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, the problem with them is that they didn't go far enough, and they didn't make the design feel unique enough. It's like just another...
Gigalith is better. Like,
yes,
that's supposed
I
to
like
be the Geodude.
Not even better, but it's
radically
like
different,
Yeah, it's radically different. It's a completely different concept. So like, we spent an hour talking about sea snakes in like this month on one of our podcasts, and like, I was thinking, I'm like, oh no, throw out regional forms, throw that out. Actually, what we could see is just a brand new sea snake that is a cobra. It's like we kept describing things that felt like regional forms of other Pokemon, but it's like, no, you could just make another Arbok, but like another King Cobra, but it is, it is for this region instead,
For sure. For sure.
So
the other thing to consider too, like when they did the soft reboot and you could see all those, like, I guess characters, I guess I don't know what you would call it, but when they reimagined the decks, you got to consider too, they were on a completely different operating system. We were on 2D, like now we're on 3D. They could really go into detail with the rendering and making the designs unique.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. I would actually, I'm in the camp where I'd push back against a soft reboot, and I actually think that it'd be better to do that with Gen 11 and Gen 10 be much more Sun and Moonish, where it's like they're just throwing, nostalgia in your face and returning characters.
I do think
lots
that's
of returning Pokemon.
Anyway.
Like it's the closing of this book, whereas Gen 11 is the opening of a new one. I guess is how I'm.
Ooh, are we getting hyped for Gen 11 already? Because I am.
Guys, there's some new Gen 12 rumors. Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
Isn't that the Pokemon fan way? Like, they announced Gen 10. Where do you guys think Gen 11's going to be set in?
Anyways, I just wanted to bring that back up. I think the soft reboot, it's like there's some potential for there, but
I'll tell.
There's like lessons that they can learn from Gen 5. I think Gen 5 was a failure because they, was not well received because it failed to incorporate like half the reason why people love Pokemon games, which is the Pokemon. So, But
okay,
bro,
Sorry, I got one last one. Can I do that?
Yeah. Please.
So I'll be quick with this one. It's just about regional variants. So go look up, if you want to on your own time, what the regional variants
Right
have
now.
been from generation to generation,
Yeah.
they have only ever been Gen 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And then most recently with Gen 9, we got 2 from Gen 8 with regional evolutions being in Appleton and Duraludon.
Okay.
That leaves generations 7 and 9. So if we're going to see regional variants, I
Ooh.
believe it would be from those generations.
We actually did
That's-
get Gen 7, Decidueye.
Yeah, just one.
Ooh.
It's just one.
it's
I
just one.
I
It
still
doesn't
stick by
get
this.
second.
This is actually a really good theory, I think, because the 20th anniversary was the introduction of regional variants,
Yeah.
and it was Alola. So I think that since there's so few regional variants, I could totally see regional forms
Yeah.
being like mostly Gen 7 to pay homage to Gen 7.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to the 20th anniversary.
I think it still stands. I think this is really, really cool. It still stands. Like, yeah, absolutely. I think
Gen 9, I don't know.
no,
maybe.
I think 100% Gen 9's up in the runnings. The game's 4 years old.
Yeah.
I know, it's just like they didn't make any when they made the game. Dang, they think gonna make some now? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's 4 years
just
later.
did,
It's a
like,
different
megas
generation.
for it, right?
Yeah.
Like, we just got Mega Baxcalibur, Mega Glamora, Mega Scoto,
happening.
I think it's fair game, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and additionally, too, you can just look at the evidence from Generation 9 itself. In the DLC, we got Appleton and Duraludon, 2 Pokemon from Gen 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was when they were like just 5 years old.
Oh no, it's not.
Yep.
It's not like the distance between them though. That's not what I mean. I just mean like I was just joking halfway anyway that they didn't make any regional forms in Gen 9. You know, like for any Pokemon. So I'm like, why would they even make any more? And we did getting Megas for the Gen 9 Pokemon themselves is actually like a point against it for me because it's like they just revisited those guys. And I mean, they probably still have ideas for other ones, but I don't know.
Ideally, I'd want some representation. This is a lot to ask, but I want representation from each gen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
somewhere. Like it doesn't have to be all regional forms. It can be an evolution for a Hoenn Pokemon,
Convergent
but a regional
Pokemon.
form for a Sinnoh Pokemon, a convergent for Johto. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they did it with ZA just now. They did a Pokemon from every generation got a Mega essentially, or every gen
Tropius
now
needs
has
a baby,
Mega.
100%. I agree with that. Who said that? Yeah, that's what I agree with. All right,
Don't get
Gen
it,
Renegade,
get
thank
it.
you for all the great ideas.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Really, really good stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of
So very much for having me.
great way to start off the show. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you supporting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Have a great day. Get some sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Rest
the plan now.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep.
Pleasure talking with y'all. Thanks for having me, and looking forward to hearing more from you.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
For
thanks,
sure.
man.
We'll
Thanks
be
so
here.
much.
Ready.
Wow, so many great ideas from today's show. But I gotta take a moment to thank all the lovely people in the show, but even beyond that, just the many people supporting the show. Specifically, I want to shout out our mythical Arceus and Game Freak Inc. tiers over on Patreon and YouTube. First off, the mythical tier members: Ryan, Coronet, Highlander, Tyler Low 15, Case, Duke Norton, Normal Guy, Nicholas Taylor, SEHR Gold, Nathan Shorter, Louis Gervais, Jen Renegade, Chief Keith, Ball Guy, Father Dagda, Slowbroke, Fan 24, Steven 3338, Scudio, and the Pokey Kid 01.
You know what?
Shout out our Arceus.
I'm actually gonna put the. I realized I'm doing this
Put a
in
beat
post.
in it?
We have to start putting a beat. We have to start putting
I
a
think
beat.
this is the fastest he's ever done it.
I can start doing it to the tune of the poker rap. You know?
I think I'm literally gonna talk to Hoops and Hip Hop and see if I can get like one of his beats to use as something that you rap along with for these.
For this
We have to do this. Like, I'm gonna be doing this. Okay, keep going. Arceus tier is next.
Arceus tier, we've got Red, and we've got our Game Freak Inc. tiers. I want to give a Mega Evolved, a Pokemon Day, a 30th anniversary size
You know
shout
what?
out.
Let's take it back
to
to
that
Gen
tier.
1. Let's take it back to Gen
Take
1.
back to Gen-
This is a
So what would that be?
clone, a 2, a
A Mewtwo size shout out.
a clone's yeah, it's like a
Power and
clone
strength.
size
It's a double. It's a double.
shout out.
A double
A
shout
Mew
out.
under a truck
No,
size
you,
shout
yeah,
out.
You got a Mew, you got a Mewtwo. It's a double. A double shout out. There we go.
Yeah, so we got Bramtastic, Young Smokey, and then here's your Mewtwo, Young Smokey again, because he's a supporter both on Patreon
Sure.
and YouTube. So you get a Mewtwo.
Young Smokey too.
Thank you all so much.
Really appreciate it,
Thank
guys.
you guys.
You guys are the lifeblood of this show. If you want to join the magic, $5 at the legendary tier. Links are in the description. Patreon or YouTube, same perks. You will get an additional podcast every single week. That's 4 additional podcasts every single month, sometimes more. I actually have a video right now that I just never published, but it's like for you guys. It was like an outtake. It was a 30-minute conversation outtake that I don't think I ever uploaded. It was about like regional forums. So I gotta actually get that uploaded. So that's what you get. You get all sorts of bonus content when you support the podcast. You're helping us out. We're scratching your back. You also will get access to the secret Discord, which is where all the magic happens, right? After the podcast, after the comments, people are still having those conversations in the Discord. That's where our community is. And also, just like on this episode, you can be on the next call-in show if you join at that lowest tier. You can get into the Discord. You can join the call-in show. You can be on the podcast. Pretty cool. That's honestly, we're proud to like bring this as like it's like a duty of ours. We're like we like to bring this to you guys and get you guys involved. So many perks. Links are in the description. Patreon or YouTube. That's the legendary tier. Again, if you want a shout out on the show, mythical or higher, and we'll put you in as a producer credit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now back to the episode.
Next up, we have Hayden. What's
Hey,
up, man?
what's up,
How
guys?
are you?
What's up?
I'm
Good,
excellent.
What's going on?
Good to hear.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm actually, I'm at work, but
Nice.
so my big thing here is that, it is the 30th anniversary, and I think that's a pretty substantial milestone. As someone who's over 30, once you hit 30, it's just a totally different feeling. You're like a real adult now. So the last milestone we had like that was 25. It was only 5 years ago, but that's only because it's a quarter century, right? Mm-hmm. And the next big one really won't be until the 50th, which, who knows how long Pokemon
That's
will go,
insane.
if it will.
For real. Yeah,
That's 20 years,
wild.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah. I guess I want to jump in right
So-
there for a sec. Well, unless you can say your thesis.
No, go for it.
No, say your thesis.
It has to be big this year. Not just the whole year, but this presents especially has to be big. They can't just
Agreed.
show what they're going to be doing. It has to be a big announcement. So like, I have a couple theories of what this could be. If it's going to be the games for Gen 10, they can't just do what they did for Scarlet and Violet, right? They can't just show the starters and have the excitement from that. Mm-hmm. They have to show off whatever it is that Gen 10 is going to do differently. And it can't be like regional forms. They can't just show off new Pokemon. What I think it would be is if they're going to show off like, hey, now Pokemon is going to look just as good as every other game that you're going to get for this system anyway. Like they upped it is what I'm thinking. Or something big like you get the reveal and then someone starts talking and you see that's gameplay. Someone's talking in the gameplay. We got voice acting now.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, dude. I know what you're saying. You're basically saying like there's going to be a couple things that they could do in this game to actually make it feel like Gen 10. Like they actually need to make it feel like the next step up. I've definitely. This isn't even conspiratorial because like they do this. They will hold back features, but I definitely feel like there's a couple things like voice acting. This felt the most offensive in ZA. I think maybe also Scarlet and Violet, but like
Sword and Shield.
What did I say?
The Pierre's cutscene and Sword and Shield.
No, I'm talking about. Well, yeah, that as well. Yeah, I think voice acting is one of those things that'll actually make this game feel like a step above. It'll actually make it again feel like Generation 10, like a new generation. So yeah,
there has to be a wow moment.
Yeah,
there can't be an exciting moment. It has to be like, whoa, I did not.
Yeah,
like we have to be taken by surprise.
Yeah, they need to show us why this is the next generation of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That word carries a lot of weight and should be more than just a region and new batch. It should be
I mean, I think,
more.
I think that he's getting, the idea is like, it's the 30th anniversary, like this is supposed to be big, not just like another generation. You know what I mean? Like just not, that's what you're getting at. Like, it
But what would that
I
thing be?
I agree with you. I hope so.
What would
I don't
that
know.
thing
I mean,
be, though?
voice acting is huge.
There's a lot of
Say.
rumors. Go ahead.
The only other thing that I can think of for a game, and not particularly that I would want this, but I think they could remake Kanto
Bro.
Kanto, like Gen 1, just upscale, just like Gen 10's gonna be. And I think that would get a similar reaction for the 30th anniversary. Not that I particularly would love that, but for game-wise, I think other than Gen 10 being something special, I think it would probably be something like that.
Well, let's back up because I agree. I think they could do some really we could definitely talk about that. But like if we're talking about specifically Generation 10, like the game, like what would it actually be? Just I mean, think to yourself, like as fans of Pokemon, what would actually make you go, holy cow, they did it?
I think that the thing they need to do is there's been a lot of rumors about like maybe some kind of features of Pokemon feeling a little more alive in the world and interacting with their environment a little bit. I think you show stuff like that because I think that's something that was a big complaint too about Scarlet and Violet was that the world didn't feel alive. The world felt pretty empty. Sure. Yeah, Pokemon are in the overworld, but what are they doing? They're just standing there. They'll occasionally walk over here, then they'll walk back over here. They're not doing anything. So I think that would be cool if like, whereas in the Scarlet and Violet reveal, there were like shots of like a Seviper moving and you could see the scales on it. And that was like kind of a big deal that the Pokemon were textured.
Sure, coming off of Gen 8. Yeah, that actually was pretty exciting.
Now you'd have like in Gen 10, you'd see a Seviper coiling up a tree, you know, or something like that. Just showing, hey, the Pokemon are going to kind of feel a little bit more alive now.
Yeah, you know what they would do?
Is that really the moment though? Like what you were asking, Dusty? Is that really like they finally did it?
For me, it would be. For me, it would be.
No, I'm with you, Zach, because like yes, as like a gameplay feature or as a detail, right? If we're thinking about Pokemon Snap and the things that game does, yes, that is like that's awesome to see. But I think actually maybe what would be fulfilling to what you're saying, like the actual thing that they would show off to be like, wow, this is a brand new generation. This is great. What it would be is that they're showing off the different biomes. They would showcase this is not just land and sea. Like this is not just like you're running in Paldea. This would be, oh, you're also surfing. Oh, there's Pokemon underwater that you can explore. Oh, now you're flying in the air and there are wild birds that you can, there's Pokemon up there in the sky that you can interact with. They're going to show all these different environments. I think that's where you get this, like if we're using Seviper as an example, like that's where we realize this is a dynamic world. It's not just it's not just a flat open expanse. It's actually like it's living and breathing, and and there's things to discover.
I think we totally get this too, actually, because this is the environment game to me. From what we know, this isn't the environment game. I think that they show us like the big things are what Lumi was saying, like how the Pokemon affect the environment, and also like what you just said, Dusty, going underwater and seeing like the Pokemon in their natural habitats.
Seeing the caves this early though.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
Like that could be really big.
I think that would be big. That would be big.
That would be big because it would actually get if another thing is like the game needs to look nice. Like the game needs to like.
Well, that's what Hayden said. Like I think the biggest thing that they could do is literally be like, wow, this is such a step up from the good news is Scarlet and Violet was so like low that you don't have to do that much to be like
the bar has never been lower.
But they do
not only graphical fidelity too, but a technical proficiency too, right? Like not just seeing the Pokemon running on the ground, but like imagine seeing like a monkey Pokemon like Pansage or something actually crawling up a tree and swinging from tree to tree.
Yeah.
Or, Seviper going through some brush, something like that, where the Pokemon are actually interacting with the environment like they are supposed to or said to do.
There's detailed
habitats coming out of a jungle and drinking water from a stream.
See, okay,
that's
hold on.
I want.
I want to be clear. Like yes, the sentiment I could feel it, but just for listeners, like I think what you guys are describing, it's not actually gameplay. Like you're describing like
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, you're describing new Pokemon Snap, but I think
I was literally describing a scene from new Pokemon Snap.
New Pokemon Snap.
What it actually needs to be, like what they need to show off. That's why I think they need to show off the biomes, because those are locations that you, as a player, would be interested to explore. Yes, it would be cool to be like, oh, look, Tropius is drinking from a stream. But to be honest, a lot of Pokemon already do that in Scarlet and Violet. Like, a lot of Pokemon already do that in... Trubbish is eating garbage in Lumios. Like, that happens already. But like,
give it to us more.
No, but I think the way they showcase that is
they're
with
more
the
just like they're standing next to it and it's implied. Like, I want to see this actually happening. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the moment. It's like, what is the pain point of Scarlet and Violet? What is every Pokemon fan and non-Pokemon fan? What is the current brand? Like, what is the current identity of Pokemon in 2026? It's that it doesn't run well, it doesn't look well, and it's kind of a boring game. That's like what a lot of people think. That's what they think. I'm not saying it's true for everyone, but that's what a lot of people think. And so what they got to do is, if they show us a visual like this Tropius, and we find out, oh, this is actually what the game looks like, the game runs well, it looks nice, there's all these different biomes, there's all these brand new Pokemon. Maybe they're not showing new Pokemon right away, but like, they can't just show us open world. They need to say it's open world, but it looks gorgeous, it runs smooth, there's so many things to do, it's an environment, it's a biome that you've never seen before. They need to that's the big moment. And then the voice acting's pretty good. I like that.
That would be huge though. They do voice acting, like just all of that put together with voice acting is like boom. You know.
No, I love this. This is good.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be hanging out in the chat, but I gotta get back to work. I got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm still gonna be here. I gotta not hide out in the stairwell.
All good, man. All good. Don't get fired.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No, I won't.
See you, man. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for all your
so much.
support.
Thank you guys for having me on. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely.
Have a good day at work.
Have a good one.
Before we get someone else jumping in, I guess I just wanted to bring up what he said. He also mentioned, like, the idea of, like, promoting something else, or, like, you know, the Pokemon Company wanting to put out another type of game that is, like, celebratory. Like, everything that they're going to put out would be, like, celebratory in conversation with the 30th year anniversary.
Agreed, yeah.
Like, just quickly, do you guys have thoughts on, outside of Generation 10, do you have thoughts on another game that could be released that is not, I mean, obviously we're getting Champions, Pokopia, we're getting, I want ports, but, like, do you see us getting anything else this year or next year even? It could be 2027 too. It could be 2027.
I don't necessarily see this, but something that made me so hopeful was, I think it was last year, there was just on a random Wednesday, they announced that Animal Crossing was getting a Switch 2 version that, like, actually gave some more features. Like, it did more than just like, oh, it's, hey, you know, patch it and it'll run pretty. It did more. It actually adds stuff to the game. Give me new Pokemon Snap Switch 2 version.
Oh my god! I don't know if that's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. It will not happen. But I'd be so happy. I mean, there was I think this morning or yesterday at the time we're recording this call-in show, they updated the Nintendo Switch, like, I guess, interface to now you can have a mystery dungeon character icon. Yes. So could that be potentially some kind of
it's on the
early
NSO.
Build up to a mystery dungeon game?
Yeah, maybe.
That was a little sus, I will say. It probably gave hope to all the mystery dungeon fans.
It was a little random.
Yeah.
You know?
But to answer Dusty's question, though, I don't think that they will do anything on this specific Pokemon Day. It would make sense that they would, but I think that Pokopia Champions, Gen 10, you know, like all of the mobile stuff, you know, the shows, there's like a million things. I don't know if they make something new now. I mean, they could. I'm not saying it's impossible, and it could be for 2027 even. But you know,
no, I'm with you. I think the reason why I latch on to that idea is that, like, yes, apparently Pokemon Works is doing Champions. That's what you guys say. I haven't seen that outright.
Mm-hmm.
They confirmed it when they revealed it.
Did they? Is it actually?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
It's confirmed.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it
when
in the
they
trailer?
revealed it, they said, Yeah, the reveal trailer. They were like,
Okay.
this game is being developed by the Pokemon Works.
Sure. Okay. I guess what I'm saying is like, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something else being cooked up, like akin to a BDSP. You know.
There could be.
And there were all
Please
those
no.
rumors about a Gen 5 remake. There were all those rumors about another. I don't know, just like another
The Gen 5
Ilka
remake stuff
game.
is weird.
And it could all it's probably just all false information, but that kind of has me thinking like, okay, sure, we're getting Gen 10, but I don't know. I feel like they could put out something else. Not this year. I want to be clear. I'm not holding my breath for this year.
It's not going to come out this year, but do we get an
games.
announcement, right? Do we get an announcement even?
I don't
That's
think
the
they
thing.
would, because like I don't know if it's gonna come out next year. Announce it next year. This is Gen 10's moment, you know.
Sure.
Yeah,
It would feel a little weird if they were like Gen 10, also Pokemon Radiant White and Blazing Black or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I think they would wait too,
That
just
sounds kinda
because
sick.
next year is just DLC stuff. So you know that would be a good year to make a remake.
Yeah, I
as well.
agree. Like DLC is great, but it's like, you know, give us a real game as well.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Next up, we have Hydrapple Howl.
Hey.
Let's go.
Howl, an invite has been sent to you. Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry if you hear me coughing or anything. My voice is really
Oh,
rough
Oh,
right now.
I was
I
I was
hear it.
literally
I
about to
do hear
say
it.
I'm not going to be able to match your energy today because I'm sick as well.
Yeah, no, I
Alright.
I was literally on my deathbed for like 3 days. I'm okay now.
We're glad.
Right.
We're glad you're
I got
still
hit with the
us.
sinus infection real quick.
Damn.
And this is the second
Oh.
time, like within a month.
It's going around. Everyone's
Wow,
getting
so
sick, so
you're
yeah.
starting 2026 pretty bad then. You gotta
yeah.
get good.
Yeah. You know, at least it's before my birthday, so I'm glad that it's not
There you
happening
go.
around my birthday.
That's good. That's good.
That's
When's
good.
your birthday?
But Feb 12th. So
Oh, it's coming up.
you guys will
Okay,
have
cool.
enough
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, and then right after you have Pokemon Day. So get well for both of those things.
9 days. Yeah. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's fun. Do you have plans for your birthday?
I do. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cough and I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Okay.
That's what she sounds like
Welcome.
right now. So
Okay, we're back.
what are you excited to see on Pokemon Day? What's your expectation? What's your dream?
I'm excited for a new Pokopia trailer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean that's gotta be here, right? Imagine they don't.
Mhm. 100%.
What
have
do
no
you
doubt.
want to see
Yeah,
the most?
What
I
are
mean,
you
the
hoping
game
to see in it?
it does come out soon, so it's like, you know.
I'm kind of hoping that they're going to like showcase like new Pokemon that we haven't seen in other trailers for it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Sure,
And maybe
like the
some new, like,
Smearguru
gimmicks.
type stuff.
she's coughing.
Oh, she-
Yes.
She's coming.
Sorry, I was coughing, but yes.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I think that we'll get more of those, right?
Mhm.
It feels
Mhm.
that felt like an introduction to like something we'll be seeing in this game. That
Yeah.
trailer. You know, I don't think they'd reveal
Right.
them all in one trailer.
Do we think Generation
I'm also
9
hoping-
Pokemon? I'm sorry, Generation 10, like new Pokemon, do you think those could be added into Pokopia? Could we see the Gen 10 starters appear in
In
Pokopia?
DLC, certainly. I don't know about
Maybe in DLC,
right
but
off the
definitely
bat.
not like.
Not even DLC, just like, I mean, the game can be updated with like a couple new Pokemon here and there, you know?
real
Maybe,
talk.
but
I
I
think
don't
they'd have
think
leaked.
it's-
What is it?
I said maybe, but I don't see it happening like
Okay.
for Pokopia at least. But
Because I'm thinking about Animal Crossing where like, you know, randomly a new holiday will show up and they'll drop I guess it is DLC, but it's not a paid bundled DLC the way that normal Pokemon games operate.
It's like Daybreak.
Yes, it's it would just be a random update that unlocks a new character or something.
I think that's like Pokemon, or not Pokemon Day, but Gen 10 release. Absolutely. I think they do that. I don't think they do it soon because obviously that has to get like coded and stuff beforehand. And this is a game that's actually being developed
Sure.
by a company that's not Game Freak. So honestly, I feel like if
Yeah,
they,
they
were
wouldn't
in
want
the
to
game,
leak that.
it'd have been leaked by now.
Sure.
I will say I think that they will add in Pokemon like, you know, throughout its time.
Yeah.
And then around Gen 10 they probably will put Gen 10 Pokemon in it. but I don't think like sooner than the release of Gen 10.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
because
sense.
that's the thing is like if there is like a DLC pack or something, it would be before Gen 10.
Yeah.
So it's like still, I mean, have they ever done it before where they just do like one Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
like Riolu or
XD Gale of Darkness had Munchlax and Bonsly, I believe.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Were in that game, and it was before Diamond and Pearl release. You also have Ranger, kind of gives you stuff with like Manaphy, and there might have been another Pokemon in the first
Sure.
Ranger game, at least Manaphy.
Yeah, so it's not like
they've
impossible.
done it.
Yeah, it's not impossible for them to do like one. But it's funny that we talk about this or like even bring that up because it's like we have like 1,000 Pokemon now that can just go in there, and we as Pokemon fans are always just like, what about a new one? What about a new one instead?
Well, they're
of
all new in the game.
1,000 ones?
In the context of the game, they're all new. But how?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
curious. What are you most excited to see in Pokopia as like a? I guess I'm assuming that you play some of these other games because I appreciate that you keep bringing up Pokopia on these call-in shows. Because we're not bringing it up that much. Is there like a couple things where you're like, I would love to see this in Pokopia, and I enjoy this feature in like other, life sim type games.
I don't know if I've brought this up, but I saw that they had a crafting table and a few like pictures of Pokopia. So I'm hoping that there's going to be like a lot of like crafting options, kind of like similar to what Animal Crossing has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's gonna.
did you see the that they built like a cafe on the beach and then like the Gastrodon come and like
I did
be
see
your
that.
friends? Yeah, that's so cool. To me, that's so cool. We don't know like what, we don't know how that happens, but it is cool that you can build a cafe on a beach, like you yourself do it.
Yeah, those are like multiple variables, and then it's like, what other kind of things can you build and craft? Like mix and match. What kind of variables can you mix and match to like spark new Pokemon encounters? Right.
Yeah.
I think that's like the gameplay loop that I'm most curious to learn about. And I think my mind goes to what's the tension. I think about playing Stardew Valley, and it was so much fun to like, yes, build up. It's like the hierarchy of needs. I'd like build up my shelter. I'd create systems to make food and money. Okay, once I got that under control, now I need to get weapons and armor and potions so I can go into the underground to get more resources. And then all of a sudden it's like this fun, nice little game turns into like a survival type game, you know? And I'm wondering if something like that could show up in Pokopia. That's like, I'm not expecting it, but I'm like, that would be kind of fun. And if it's not there,
Sure.
I just want some other type of like tension, you know?
Tension.
I'm like almost 100% positive like certain things that we craft will attract like new Pokemon, and I'm kind of thinking that that's what they're wanting us to do.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, I think that it makes sense, right? Like if you craft a flower meadow, maybe you'll see a shaman, you know, and you're more likely to get Pokemon like Floette and grass types and stuff. I think that makes it. It would kind of be a missed opportunity if they didn't do it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's logical.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. I do have a question for you. I don't know if we're moving on from this a little bit, unless you want to still talk about it. But
well, if we are still talking about Pokopia, I do want to say my dark horse pick for it would be home compatibility. It gets announced on Pokemon Day.
Agreed.
Nice.
Pokemon
be
home
awesome.
compatibility?
Yeah.
No.
That would be
No,
amazing.
it's not happening.
Like you can send your Pokemon. You can't send anything from Pokopia, but you can put Pokemon from Pokemon Home as long as they're compatible onto Pokopia. And
I do agree
But what
with
would they
you, though. I
do?
don't think
What would they
day
do,
one-
though?
I don't think day
'Cause
one.
I
I
would
don't
happen.
know, but this is all coming from. So, some context about Pokopia is this was a game that at one point was being developed by Game Freak a long time ago. I don't even remember the year, but it was a long time ago, and it was actually scrapped. And then they ended up reviving it and giving it to another company to develop. But when Game Freak was working on the original version of that game, they planned for home compatibility. Now, it's been killed and revived, so that easily could have been just scrapped.
I gotta
from the
see
radar
this.
completely.
That's really interesting. I guess I haven't seen this. I would love to see where that's coming from.
We've talked about it on the pod before.
We've talked about it, but I want to see that. I want to see the docs. Right.
You know what's crazier
Because
about
if it's an
that?
interpretation,
Hard to find, 'cause they,
I know,
get
but
DMCA'd,
that's
but-
what I'm saying. Is if it's an
You can
interpretation,
find like the Pokopia like original data stuff for sure.
I would love to see that. I'm just saying because things get spread and it's just like some random person on Twitter misinterpreting whatever
This
they're reading.
stuff's all.
I'd love
all
to see it because that's
for
really
sure.
that is really cool.
I'll do
There
some
was
research
one.
and
There
send
was
to you.
one guy that it was like he's like a data miner insider kind of person, and he was saying that the original Pokopia was actually a part of Gen 10 as well, like a part of the game, and they split it
Wow.
all up into different games. So
Sure, like
that's
the concept of okay,
no, like the
that
actual
makes
like
sense.
you can there's a
An
playable
island that you can craft.
yeah, there's like a playable game of Pokopia that
It looks like
was
Stardew Valley.
yeah, was like the original. Like we've seen it.
Dude, that is so much fun because you know what that makes me think of? I'm like that just means they were trying to like perfect like the secret base. It's like what's a great way to make Generation 10 or a Pokemon game like have a long shelf life? It's like give us stuff to do with our Pokemon outside of battle, and that would be like the secret base. But like an extension of that is give us like allow us to craft a little farm, a little island, and do whatever we want. And it makes sense that they could just that they just wanted to turn that into a brand new game. Like the ideas probably just started like spilling out, and they're like, okay, let's make this a new game.
Yeah, that's where the new Pokemon come into effect too, because usually if it's a third party, they don't allow them to make new Pokemon essentially. But then here we are in Pokopia, and we got new Pokemon forms, and I think that's an original idea that started with Game Freak, and they're like, yeah, it is very connected to Game Freak still. This game. My question, Hal, that I was gonna ask was, are there any Pokemon besides the Hydrapple line that you want to see get a new form? Obviously, Hydrapple would be amazing.
For
Don't
sure.
get me wrong, but yeah.
I know this is probably way too early for it to get a new form, but the Tinkaton line,
Yeah,
that would be
cool.
awesome.
See, I know I like that because something I keep thinking about it with all these Pokemon. I'm like, what do you do with these Pokemon? I know Ditto's gonna absorb some of the powers, but they seem kind of just generic. It's like if you have a water type, you get Water Gun. But then I'm like, what are you doing with these Pokemon? Are they just hanging out with you? Because that's cool. But also, what are they doing? It could just be decorative, but I'm also wondering. I'm like, you get Tinkaton, Tinkatink. You get one of those Pokemon. What I like is the idea of getting a giant hammer to smash. It becomes utility. It's a better tool for terraforming or something. You can, you know what I'm saying?
I was thinking a chef Tinkaton.
Or a regional form.
I was also thinking maybe
cool.
it could be better for crafting.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because she has a hammer, so.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
you guys are thinking the character.
I was thinking
Pokemon.
going the opposite direction where it would be because it already has a hammer, that's something it already is. So make it something that it isn't already. Do you know what I mean? So instead of a hammer, she's got a pan or something, and just cooks up stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be cool. Something different like that.
That would also be awesome.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, Tinka Chef. It'd be Tinka Chef. You
Yeah,
got Smear Guru, you got Mosslax, and you got Tinka Chef. I like that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then you got
Uses its hammer
this really.
to tenderize the meat.
We got to come up with one for Hydrapple now too. I don't know what it could be, but I need a Hydrapple one.
Hydrapal, and he's your friend.
He's your best friend. Just hops around.
He's just got a nice hat or something,
He shrunk to this size on your shoulder and just is with you all the time.
Oh,
It's
that'd
Jiminy
be
Cricket.
cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Jiminy he's your conscience. Throughout the he's
That's
the
good.
in-game explanation for why Pokemon. You know how they always give you the illusion of choice. They're pick yes or no, but when you pick no, the character's you don't really mean that, and then it kind of forces you to pick yes. He's your conscience.
Oh my
telling
gosh.
You should pick yes here.
I don't know if it's because I have sick brain right now, but I got an idea. The apple is
good.
a backpack on your back, and then there's two heads that come out of it, and there's one head on one side of your shoulder and one head on the other, so it's the
Yes.
angel and the devil on your shoulders.
No, I like
kinda
that.
love it.
And then two of the heads, of the Hydrapple create the straps of a backpack. And
Yeah.
then you have the other two that are
That's-
angel and demon, and then that's fun, dude. That's fun.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
smart. I like that.
So I think my biggest question with Pokopia is I'm watching the trailer right now, and yes, you can turn into some of the Pokemon like Dragonite. Some of the Pokemon just give you powers like Drillbur. But I'm there's multiple grass types. There's multiple, you can get Scyther's arms, but can you get Pinsir's face as a cutting mechanic? What if I become a Cherubi? There's a Venonat. Can I become a Venonat? What does a Venonat do? Like that's kind of what I'm curious about. I'm like, are all of these Pokemon, do all of them have a utility? I don't really know.
I'm also kind of curious about that. I'm wondering if they're going to do like different like move variations like for their typing, or if it's just all going to be like the same kind of like move based on their typing.
Yeah, I think that's like the base. Like I'm assuming that's what it's going to be, but I'm curious cuz I don't know. I'm curious. Like there's a lot to learn. So I want to learn more. I'm going to get it.
For sure. And I think we'll get a huge trailer. I think we'll get a huge trailer.
I'm going to let somebody else get on here. That way that other people have a chance. But if you guys have any more questions, I'm happy to answer or, whatever.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Hal. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Get better too. Hope you
feel better and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
And we'll see you on are you going to be watching the Pokemon Day Presents with us?
Oh yeah, of course.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
We'll see you there.
See you there.
Of course. Thank you guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
I really do want to like see Pokopia or play it. I want to see more of it. I want to play it. I'm watching the trailer right now, and it does looks like a lot of fun.
It looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun. I think it and Champions both are just suffering from like a lack of coverage, really.
Yeah,
because
the potential
we've only
for
gotten
both
2 trailers for Pokopia, like only 2 news drops for it. We've only gotten 3 for Champions.
Yeah,
they quite literally. What did we want? Like I don't know how many times I said the 2 things I want is like a battle sim that's like really good and like Animal Crossing and Pokemon, and these are those 2 games like,
and they're not covering them at all.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna.
I think
cover
there's a
them.
chance. There's been rumors of this will kind of be irrelevant when this is out to the world, but for everyone in here, there's rumors of like a Nintendo Direct this week that we're on.
Sure.
And I'm wondering if maybe there's a chance Pokopia gets some news there. And normally I'd say no because it's Pokemon, so why wouldn't you save that for the presents? But with this, it's a little different because it'll be releasing 6 days after the presents.
They want to promote it.
So
they're gonna want to promote it.
You'd think you'd want to promote it now rather than them, because this is a month out, not 6 days out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reviews
100%.
should be in before Pokemon Day.
They can do 2 trailers, bro. Like they do 1 trailer in the Nintendo Direct that's like not as big, and then they do like a super huge one in the Pokemon Presents, one or the other.
Free Metroid hat.
Let's go.
You have an invite sent to you. There you are. How are you doing, my friend?
Mr. Polytoad.
Great. Yes, Polytoad, my favorite Pokemon alongside Darkrai.
Nice. He is really good.
I love Polytoad.
Polytoad's great.
Those are 2 very different. I like how you're like
just
Polytoad and Darkrai.
Polytoad's great.
Very opposite. I love them both.
Did you like the Mega Darkrai?
I like the regular one better.
Yeah.
So much better.
I think we all do.
Yeah, most of us, I think.
kind of wish they didn't do that one because I like the regular one so much more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting. It's like a Kirby boss, but like, I don't know if it's Pokemon as well as it does Kirby.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Kirby does so many eyeball bosses, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I think I would like to see in Gen 10 is one, I want to see more of the return of overworld puzzles. Kind of how like the old games have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I miss overworld puzzles so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can do a lot of
real.
cool stuff in 3D now.
For sure.
I agree. I want to get lost in a cave. I want to
Yes.
struggle to find my way out of a cave.
There's that. There's just so much cool stuff I think they could do. But that's one. I want to see like a better version of contests come back. Like I just want to see contests, but like more akin to like the anime version of contests. Something like that.
Sure.
Would be really neat.
Yeah, I think what that is, because I feel like a lot of, I definitely I did the contests, I think mostly in Generation 3, and it was fun. It was, but I think, and I feel like the reason why it kind of like never really took hold, like I feel like when people think about the contest, they're thinking about like the anime, because I think that's a pretty good, I always thought that was a really cool representation of like, you're still doing Pokemon battles, but you have a different goal. The goal isn't to knock out the Pokemon, the goal is to put on a show. That's cool. And I think the desire, I don't know what that would look like. I don't know how to make that awesome in a game, but I think the desire is like fans want to be able to use their Pokemon in other ways outside of battle.
Yeah.
But there could also be other battle modes. Like, it honestly could be as simple as that. Just a different battle mode with a different goal. It's not knocking out the Pokemon, but instead it's like, can you do the most amount of damage? But they make it a mini game, and it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of there's probably
a lot of cool stuff they do. They could just change contests. Maybe like you have 2 Pokemon out, and you combine their moves to do certain things or something.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool idea.
That's a good idea.
And there's a few Pokemon, like, if they bring diving back, and I really, really hope that's a thing, and I think it will be. I think I mentioned this on one of your streams, Dusty.
Yeah.
Is the Relicanth evolution based on a skeleton of a Dunkleosteus.
Yes.
And
That'd be cool.
I want that so bad. I've wanted it since I first saw Relicanth in Gen 3. Give it to me. I need it. I want it.
No, I love that so much. You know, I was doing.
Is that not what Dracovish is?
I was just gonna say that.
It is, but like Relicanth looks like, I feel like Relicanth looks more like a Dunkleosteus than that does.
Yeah.
Well, we had
Certainly with like the like weird body that Dracovish has because it was a mixed match.
Yeah.
But maybe then we get like, I would like full forms of those fossils at some point.
Yes. So
Heck, more fossils. Just give me
more fossils too.
Yeah, true.
So I was planning new designs for my Legends Galar concept, and I was planning new designs for. This was after our conversation, and you suggested Relicanth should evolve. And then I was doing some. I'm like, okay, well, what are these fossils based on? What would they look like? And I stumbled upon. I don't even know how to say it, but like Dunkleosaurus. What is it?
Dunkleosteus, I think it's how
Dunkleosteus. It's this giant fish.
It's a weird name. It's a big name.
Lumi's right. Yeah. It basically, I think that is what inspired the head of Dracovish. And
yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you can see in the mouth specifically, like something about the tooth.
But actually,
he's saying he wants
the
a skeleton.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
Relicanth is quite literally a living fossil, so I think making it like a bone Dunkleosteus would be really cool. I mean, the head looks like the skull of a Dunkleosteus.
Yeah, it does.
Relicanth. I love it so much.
Lumi, I'll tell you this because I think you'll appreciate this. We were brainstorming on my channel, like on a live stream, Free Metroid Hat and I, and he was like, okay,
yes, there it is.
There it is in the chat. He was like, Relicanth should evolve into this thing, and we were brainstorming, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. Relicanth is like basically has a map of Hoenn on it, right? So I was like, how do you complement or maybe build on that design? Like the first stage is a map, but then it evolves into like the rideable vehicle, like a dive Pokemon that could actually allow you to like take you to those spots on the map, you know? So it turns into like a submarine or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I think it would be sick. It would be sick. And it would and most fossils evolve. The only 2 fossils that don't evolve. Well, I guess they're Aerodactyl doesn't evolve. I guess the gal. Yeah, but that's true. But
they make sense why they don't. They're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
I also think I would love like a quest like they have with the Regis in Gen 3 where you have to have like maybe certain Pokemon in your party.
Yeah. Like
in the first and last slot. Like for instance, the Relicanth and Wailord have to be in the first and last of your party to get to the what's it called? To
get to the Regis. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get to the point to unlock the Regis. Yeah.
More quests like that. I would love more quests like that.
Absolutely.
So cool
That's
stuff like that.
Such a good idea. Like we need more of that. And Pokemon used to have so many more like little puzzle things.
Yeah.
That would be fun, especially with. I mean, I think the diving and the. Yeah, honestly, that is so true. Because like, if you took the map of Paldea, there's just like a bunch of things you could add to it to make it more dynamic, and one of those things could be just like random puzzles or things that you have to collect. No, not collect, because a collectathon isn't. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like a puzzle. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like obstacles and.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you found a
not
clue.
The ones in Paldea, my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you remember the ones that you do before like the gyms are like, oh my god.
Hide and seek with some flora.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So I thought the hide and seek one was fun.
There's some that are all right, but like I just think they could do so much better.
Yeah.
The psychic one was awful. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
In Breath of the Wild, there are like you can uncover maps that will be like sketches. Like imagine like like the sketches that like Ansha makes. Like imagine that you find like a map and it's a sketch and you have to basically interpret where that might be in the real world that you can explore within Hyrule. And so in a Pokemon game, we could see something similar where it's like you discover a map and it kind of has a loose outline of a section that maybe you've seen before, and you have to, it's like a real life treasure hunt, you know? It's like you have to put in the work to find out exactly where that will be. And once you uncover it, then there's a challenge, right? It's not just like you walk up to it and get it. You know, it's like a real challenge, a puzzle.
What I think would be a cool that reminds me of is the Red Dead Redemption 2, I think. I haven't played much of it, but like apparently you can find maps and they're like sketch drawings.
Ooh, that's cool.
And you have to like pair them up with like what you're seeing in the real world at certain angles.
Really?
And it has like an X on the map so you know where to go. And that's where the treasure is or whatever. I think that would be great in Pokemon. Like find a map, you have to look around holding up the map, like, or maybe you can view the map and
that's
like
sick.
sketch up an area. I think that would be so cool in Pokemon.
That sounds so much fun.
Yeah, treasure hunting.
Like those are the puzzles. I mean, that sounds honestly so sick. Yeah, I've never thought about this.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I want from Gen 10. I'll let next person go. I sorry about the background noise if you can hear it. I don't know.
No, we can't hear it.
Upstairs. Okay, good.
Can't hear anything.
Okay, good. There's a lot of I can hear it. I'm glad it's not coming through the
Discord has like a filter where it tries to only pick up your voice.
I also have a better mic now than I had before because things were coming through it.
It sounds good. Do you have any more predictions for Pokemon Day?
Yeah, anything you want.
I like Hal said before. I really want to see Pokopia. That game looks fun to me, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Champions. I love battling, so Champions is huge for me. I can't wait to just have it everywhere I go because I think it's also gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna have it on Switch too. I'm gonna have it on my phone. I'm gonna have it everywhere.
There's
great. So much I'm excited for this year. It's gonna be
That's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm very excited. There's so much to do.
There really is gonna be like a lot of fun games to just like, or different ways to. Man, it keeps hitting me. I'm like, Pokemon Day. We're gonna just learn so much. Holy cow, dude! Yeah, that sounds fun.
I'm so excited, man.
You know what? No one has mentioned Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. When are we getting those?
I have several friends that are ecstatic, including myself, for those games to release on NSO. I am over the moon that those are coming. Like that is like Pokemon Coliseum is still my favorite Pokemon game, and I love it so much. I am so excited to replay it. I'll probably stream it.
Nice, dude.
They'll be out this week.
I hope so.
That's my honest prediction. I honestly predict they will be out this week.
You think with
anyone who
Nintendo
hasn't
Direct?
played
This week?
Coliseum,
Oh, this week?
play it.
I think so.
Good prediction. Yeah. If there's a Nintendo Direct,
apparently.
yeah.
But,
Well, the listeners they'll know once they listen to this episode. They'll know if we're actually getting it
They'll
or
be
not.
like, oh,
So good,
my
man.
goodness,
So
he was
good.
right. Wow.
I think it still has for me the best animations in Pokemon.
Cool.
Huh.
They're carried
look
over
or,
from
like,
Stadium.
graphics, well, a lot of them, but they're like a little updated, I think.
Yeah.
Stadium is.
If
But,
nothing
it's
else,
just-
the
they're
graphics
so
are
good.
updated, so they look a little better.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I think that game looks so good. I love the animations in it.
I've
Some of
never.
them are just funny, but like,
Yeah.
I love them.
I've never
We'll have to
finished
play
what is it? What is it? XD Gale of Darkness? I've never finished
Yeah,
it.
Never
it's a good game,
touched
too.
either of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to play them though. They're so good.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. It
they're
feels
out.
like a new Pokemon game when
It
they're out.
is.
I'll
I
probably
know.
stream it myself.
So
You
excited
should,
for
man.
you. They're great.
Coliseum was.
gosh.
I got memories like my core memories are like staying home sick and just playing Coliseum. That's what it
I mean,
was.
me and my friends would just like transfer all our Pokemon to it.
Sure.
And we would do all our battling on like my GameCube back in the day.
Yeah.
On Coliseum, it was great.
I got my Coliseum. I mean, my GameCube's right down there. You can actually see it.
Yes.
Where is it? Right there.
Yeah.
You can see that right there. And I should boot that up. I guess I don't need to boot it up if it comes out.
Sad story for me. A long time ago, when I was like late teens, I hadn't played my GameCube in a while, and my parents just sold it, thinking, he's done with it. We can just sell it. And I'm like, no! What did you do?
No. Oh no.
What did you do? So I don't have it anymore. And like, I've been waiting for it to come to NSO for such a long time. I'm like,
Oh
bring
my
it.
god.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I really can't
at least
either.
Apparently it's coming, so that's good.
Yes, I know, and I'm so excited.
Let's hope.
Let's
But
see.
yeah, thanks
You know
for
what's
having me
cool?
on.
There, just one more thing. There is a really cool feature in XD Gale of Darkness that I think I did get the game and I did play a little bit of it. I think during COVID era. And there's a really cool feature about it or in it, where that I think it's like a very similar feature to catching Pokemon as the Generation 5, like the Hidden Grotto system, where it's like you have to keep returning to this location to see if a Pokemon has shown up.
Food. Or you get food to attract wild Pokemon. Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
And so what I'm saying is, like, I wonder if there's other features now. I haven't played Coliseum in forever, but even XD Gale of Darkness, I wonder if on new playthroughs we could, like, maybe, see some cool ideas that might carry over into future games. Because they're completely different from the Game Freak titles. It's completely different.
Yeah, they are. They're very different. Like, I can't wait to see one of my favorite Pokemon characters in there. If anyone knows Meyer B, great character. Yeah, I love his music in XD for his battle theme.
No, Meyer B he's crazy.
It's so good.
He is a crazy man. Yeah.
Yes, he is. And he's amazing. I can't wait
Ludicolo.
for Lumi to hear his theme in XD. It's so good. There he is in the chat.
I think I'm familiar.
I've seen him before.
Yeah, I'm familiar
I've
with
seen
that
him.
one. Yeah.
Just he's such a goofy character, but he has one of my favorite themes for a battle theme in XD. I love it. It gets stuck in my head so often.
Man,
I think I've because it became like a meme, so I've definitely heard that one, but I haven't.
Okay.
I've specifically like tried to avoid a lot of that game. Like I haven't watched someone play it because I've known like at some point they'll probably re-release this game, and I want to be able to go in blind.
Man, I will. I also I'm like I do feel like I do think there's still a chance that these games might be compatible with home.
Oh, I'm crossing my fingers. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm hoping.
I don't think
there's a chance.
I don't think there's any really
chance.
Technical limitation.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
how they would do it.
If you're only looking at like what they've done in the past, you're like, okay, you could say maybe they won't do it, but these games, I played these games alongside Generation 3. Like, it's to me, there's no reason why these wouldn't be able to connect. In the same way that BDSP was not developed by Game Freak, but is still a core series game,
Yeah, for sure.
So, they're just so good. Gosh, I want to play them.
I hope we get them.
So you gotta hold off. Don't play them yet. You gotta wait like today or this week. This week they're gonna come out and you can play them on your Switch.
This week.
Yeah.
Finally.
We're almost there. Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Yes, thank you, bro.
Bye.
I love the Poliwag. I mean, the Politoad is great.
Polytoad. Yeah, I love Politoad.
Politoad is good.
Okay.
Who's next?
Next up, we have Nerdy Seb.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome
What's up?
to the Gauntlet.
Hi, you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
All right. So how you guys doing? So I've been thinking a lot about like what we're talking about with the Gen 10 stuff, and someone mentioned something about the Tropius line, which I actually kind of wanted to delve into that because I was originally kind of thinking about like what Lumi was mentioning about how there could be different sort of Tropiuses on different islands that grow different fruits on them. And I was kind of thinking maybe like the way you could incorporate it is, I don't know how Tropius works in battle, but I know the little fruits that grow on his neck. It would be really cool if you could like take the fruit and eat it, and then whenever you go into a battle, there'll be some kind of like maybe stat that goes up. So maybe like a Tropius from one island, its HP goes up, or another one, its sort of defense goes up. And I could totally see them doing that. And even if they did give it like an evolution, I was always picturing like maybe like a bomber plane of it, like massive wings.
Yeah.
And having fruits on the actual wings, so that they could like fly around and like drop the fruits or something.
Nice.
And even in lore.
No, it's super fun. Yeah. I think Tropius kept popping up as an idea. We were looking at the Dex entries for Tropius, and it says in at least BDSP, it says because it continually ate only its favorite fruit, the fruit started growing around its neck. And the fruit looks like a nanab berry or a banana. And I think there definitely is a possibility that like I think Tropius is a great example. I think a lot of like floral Pokemon or plant type Pokemon, or it's easy to imagine that they might like have different variants. But I think Tropius honestly is a great example of like a Pokemon that could be retroactively given some new additional like regional form variants depending on the island because of the whatever fruit grows on that island. That'd be kind of cool.
And another thing, and this actually not texted, DM'd Soul about this, and it's about my Komodo dragon theory that I had.
Ooh.
And basically, I was reading online, or like mainly just watching a lot of videos on Animal Planet and
Nice.
whatnot. And one of the cool things about Komodo dragons is that they're known to be really great swimmers. Like they can swim underwater, hold their breath for like 15 minutes, and just like swim all over to island. And I was kind of thinking,
Wow.
like, and all kind of speculating about like, oh, maybe we get a Komodo dragon that's like a dragon poison type. But now I'm kind of thinking, like, what if we could get like a water poison type? And the whole premise is that like because it's wind and waves, like maybe you could ride on it, and like
yeah,
and, like maybe it could be like some sort of maybe a pseudo legendary, or maybe like you could get like the first like water poison pseudo, and it's just underwater. Because I've always thought about how
No, this is cool.
Is like a fire poison, and if you want something similar to Salazzle, you can get like a water poison type, and you can do like because we have Komodo that's already a dragon, so in my mind I was like, let's get something unique. Let's get like a water poison Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would be so Game Freak too. I love the theory, 100%.
Yeah, this is super fun.
But like Game Freak would like take a Komodo dragon, like that's what it's called, and make it not a dragon.
Yeah.
Like just water and poison.
But I want to.
I love
yeah.
it.
I also just want to add to that. Like I also don't even think we need to overcomplicate it with like the water typing. I think Surf is one of those moves that like many Pokemon learn, even if they aren't that type. Even water is an elemental move, but or an elemental type. But Surf is widely learned since Generation 1 by things like Nidoking. I got a list up, right? Nidoking, Rhydon, Kangaskhan, Tauros even. You could even say more recently like Helioptile, Beartic. And I think it would make sense that if we do get a Komodo dragon, or I guess it would make sense that actually a lot of new Pokemon that are introduced in this game would just be given access to Surf, because this whole game is an island hopping adventure. If you need to require, or if you need to rely on, and I guess we don't know this, because it might just be we might just be given like a Pokemon like Koraidon or Miraidon to just to have access to water at all times. But if we do need to rely on our Pokemon, it would make sense that we would have access to like a lot of different Pokemon that have Surf, right? That way it's not like every team has to have a water type, but like Garchomp learns Surf. This is kind of crazy. Weavile learns Surf. Lickilicky, Rhyperior. I'm just looking down the list. Stoutland can learn Surf. There's a lot of like random non-Diggersby can learn. Gogoat can learn Surf. This is kind of crazy. I'm learning something right now. This is insane.
I didn't know that they could either. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Silvally can learn Surf. Drampa can learn Surf. Like this makes sense. This is a lot of, all the fossils can learn Surf. Yeah. And I think also there's a lot of dragon types that just get Surf by themselves. So
That is true.
I guess all I'm saying is we could still get the dragon poison and it just learns Surf.
And I do have one more thing, and this is more of like the bigger thing that I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It was more to do, and not a lot of people have mentioned this, but like multiplayer in terms of just like
Yeah.
True.
Seb, are you able to get a little bit closer to your microphone? I turned you up a little bit, but it's kind of tough to hear is all.
I can just connect through my phone quick, because right now I'm on my PC. I can just connect through my phone if it makes it easier.
Yeah, would you mind doing that just real quick?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
You're coming in kind of quiet. That's all.
You might have to wave again and then hook them up again or whatever.
Yeah. Here.
Lumi with the music. I was turning my mic up to hear him.
Yeah.
Speaker.
How's it now?
Much better.
Much better.
Oh, much better.
Okay, so what I was saying about what's it called, the multiplayer, is when in waves, if it is going to be like a sort of like exploration kind of thing, I was originally kind of thinking how cool it would be if in ZA we got introduced to like the ability to like burn like the shrubs, or like use water type on poison stuff and like get rid of it. And I was kind of thinking like maybe in the multiplayer it'd be so much fun if, like, for example, if Dusty and Lumi are like exploring the water, and Dusty has like a team that like has like Rock Smash and maybe like a Luminion or something to like light up the place, that he could like go underwater and explore the cavern, and maybe
Together.
Lumi might not have those Pokemon.
Yeah.
Might not have those Pokemon. Yeah, and like might not have those Pokemon, and then he can go in with him, and you can catch maybe like some kind of rare Pokemon.
I love
or,
this.
That's fun.
That is what
is fun.
No, 100%, because what that immediately does is that like it gives utility to being in each other's games. Like I keep trying to play. Like my nieces and nephews are always like, let's go into each other's worlds in Scarlet and Violet, and I'm like, okay, like you get nothing out of it, but they love it, and I think it would just be way more compelling of a feature if like there's a reason for us to go together. Now we can each fulfill certain roles as we're traveling through the game, which is since Generation 1. It's all about going on an adventure with friends, right? Like that. Right. That's awesome. I love that, actually. That's great.
I want to ride on a Lapras with my bros.
Yeah, dude. You bring the Lapras.
On the back of my Lapras.
And then I'll bring the Tropius, and we can fly.
There you go. Yeah.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah. It's crazy
how
people haven't talked about multiplayer that much. Like this whole time either.
Yeah.
Or we haven't even. But I think multiplayer, maybe it won't get shown on Pokemon Day, but I think that multiplayer will be a big thing in this game. Like I think they'll be wanting to, build on the raid system a lot more. So things like that, not just the raid system, but like putting it into the whole game more,
Union Circle, if I recall, was a big part of their like second trailer that they did for Scarlet and Violet, the one that like revealed the box art and the release date and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's to tell us that they like to hone in on the multiplayer aspects in the second trailer. Then maybe we'd get that kind of
I
stuff
even
there.
think that we could see it on Pokemon Day. Like
yeah, sure.
Some like little hint of it, not obviously explained. I don't think they'll explain it, but you can like see like players together doing things in the world. I would totally see that happening.
And then like what if you could even like you're in the world together. I think in Scarlet and Violet, when you guys are in the same world, it's basically you're seeing the same Pokemon, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what
I think so.
Yeah.
So if the battles were a little bit more seamless and it didn't bring you into a separate battle mode, and it was just like the battles happen in the overworld, yes, there could still be some action elements or turn-based elements, but like I guess I kind of like the idea of like having to defend your friends or like doing the battles together. That's super fun.
Because in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they did actually have something similar to that.
Yes, they do.
If you had like on the same like thing, you can like whenever you enter a battle, it's like kind of like a double battle.
Yeah.
So I could see something like that. Maybe with NPCs, like if your friend's fighting an NPC, maybe just automatically. It's sort of like whenever you play like an RPG game and your friend's fighting some kind of boss and you join in. Yeah, something similar to that.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it. I hope they do.
Yeah.
That would be...
Sorry.
No,
Say
go
it
ahead.
Yeah, and my last kind of big prediction, I think we might actually get a switch to Gen 10 edition, just because like, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had one, and that came out a year afterwards, and then like Sword and Shield had not really a Switch edition, but they had like the light, and then of course Scarlet and Violet had that cool one that I also had at one point. So I think that.
Oh, you mean the console?
Yeah, the console. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I could see it
if they do.
Yeah, same here because
I'll sell my Switch and I'll get another one. Yeah.
There was recently a sort of I don't know where it was shown, but there was like some kind of new Switch kind of model number that they had that hasn't been seen, and people were saying like, oh, maybe it's like an OLED or a light or something. But in my mind, I'm like, that could be a Switch to like Gen 10 edition sort of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty sick.
Totally see it.
I would love
pretty
that.
sick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't like the idea of having to buy another system. I guess I don't need to buy it.
I usually don't. Like, I usually just keep the one I got. But
I have to
know
buy
these boys are all about
another system anyways, because my wife also plays Pokemon, and so it's nice because it's an excuse. It's
I was gonna say, you have an excuse.
I'm just gonna give her my Switch too, and I'll get the Pokemon one.
That's funny. I did get I got the Scarlet and Violet edition Switch, but that was that was like 5 years after I had a Switch or something.
Yeah.
But you know what I miss? I miss having like a second dock. You know,
Yeah, and
I
what
agree.
sucks is like if you look them up online,
they're expensive.
they're like $100. They
Yeah.
have third-party ones, but apparently Nintendo's been like updating the Switch so that's incompatible
Yeah.
with certain third-party ones. So the thing is, you can buy a cheaper one, but you don't know if in a month
Yeah.
they might update the Switch to be incompatible. with it.
Exactly. And it's like, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
We will see.
All right. Yeah, that was my last thing. But yeah,
No, I love that.
Either or, just super excited for Pokemon Day, and let's hope that Gen 10 is gonna be pretty cool because I've seen Nintendo even promoting it at the New York store. They're like, "Oh, come by on February 27th for Pokemon Day."
Ooh.
You know, we haven't really talked about it that much here, but like the Nintendo Direct apparently, which is happening this week, when this is released, this episode is released, we'll see if it happens. But apparently it was a partner Direct, and so a lot of the like first party Nintendo games are still not being announced, and so Gen 10 is looking to be like Nintendo's big thing for this year so far.
Makes sense.
So that's kind of huge that they would push that as well, because it is not just a Nintendo game. It is, but it's not just one.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really good to have it as like
It's a
the
Pokemon
forefront,
game,
'cause
but it's also
it's important.
Yeah, it's like add one more thing to the notch of why this this year is significant. You know, it's like 30th year anniversary, Generation 10, Switch 2, first Switch 2 Pokemon game, and it's got the Nintendo push. You know,
Yeah.
and that means they must be proud of it.
Yep.
Which
We're gonna see.
means that's kind of sick, right? That tells me that okay, there's some quality here if that's the case. So
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. Nerdy Seb, thank you so much, man, for calling in.
All good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Alright,
so good,
I'll
so
see you
good.
guys later. All right.
Yeah,
Strawberry
yeah.
Talk to you
Tropius.
later.
We need that.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Strawberry Tropius. I'll take raspberry. There's a lot of like berries. There's like
Yeah. Jark was saying, which is funny because he's our next person, but Jark was saying like do it based on the hold item. Like if you give it a different berry,
Sure.
it's that would be cool.
No, I want the regional variants. That's what it's got to be.
Jark, you were invited to speak. You're saying, does Vice want to go? I think he was first. Okay. Oh yeah, he had to like fall out of line.
Yeah.
Because he had to switch devices.
Yep.
So so Vice.
All these people. Oh,
send
Kedsy's
an
in the
invite
chat.
to
What's up,
you.
Kedsy?
Glad y'all remember it. I don't remember the
Ball
order,
guys
so
in the
good on
chat.
y'all.
What's up, guys? I see Jazzy.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
what up? What up?
Oh,
Vice, how are you?
what's up, Vice?
Good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
Thank you for the support and thanks
Yeah.
for being here, man.
Mhm.
What you excited to see?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gen 10, like
Yeah.
100%.
Of course.
Feel that.
We're all there.
My big hope and prediction, I don't know if it's controversial actually, is
Ooh.
all around the concept of scale. I've been thinking about this.
Yes.
Basically, I and it does relate to ride Pokemon, and this is where I think the controversial bit is. I actually think one of the negative aspects about Scarlet and Violet doesn't get talked about a lot is I actually think Koraidon and Miraidon, especially getting access to ride them early, kind of hampers the open world aspect in that I feel like a lot of Pokemon especially were designed with like a 10-year-old's scale in mind, especially back in the day, and so many Pokemon are really small.
Yeah.
And then when you're riding around on this Pokemon, especially you get to ride Koraidon and Miraidon fairly early in the game, like right after you get to
Yeah.
Right.
the
Sure.
the university or whatever, and then you're immediately riding around on it, and I feel like there needs to be a limitation, I think, to the ride Pokemon. There needs to be areas where you can't ride them, I think. Because it would
Sure.
force you to view the world in a different scale again, as like, oh, I'm this little, I'm a smaller character on the screen as opposed to I'm riding. It's like however big Miraidon is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping actually they, as I was mentioning, they a lot of the Pokemon were designed with a smaller scale in mind. I'm hoping that they maybe reevaluate the size of some of these Pokemon. I don't know about you, but playing this game, Scarlet and Violet, it's like I'm constantly accidentally stepping on little tiny Pokemon that
Sure.
I can't see on the screen. So that's one thing. It's kind of
Yes,
small,
happen a
but
lot.
it's
No, but that's good. I think that's a big deal. I think in other like open world games, you don't just get the ride right away, or there's like different ones you can unlock as well.
yeah. I
so I do
mean,
think so.
obviously, you unlock more as you play through the game, like
Yeah,
jumping higher,
true.
and gliding, and swimming. But I do think it would be more interesting to see that spread out more. Kind of, I mean, back to how the HMs worked. Like back in the day, you didn't get access to certain things till far later in the game, and then it gave you a reason to revisit.
Yeah, it
previous
encourages.
locations.
Yeah, it encourages you to like continue to explore and backtrack, which makes the game feel longer. There's always a reason to explore something, you know. I really do like what you're saying about the size. This is something that I do often think about. I think what I really appreciate about Sword and Shield is there's like it's Sword and so the actual biomes or like the locations, the cities, right? There is like an immense difference in scale. Like there's a separation. Like your character, and also like the video game does a really good job using like kind of positioning the camera in a way to make it to just, I guess, emphasize the difference in size between you and the city. And that's something I think we completely lost in a lot of like pretty much all the Pokemon games after Sword and Shield. And I totally agree. I think there's like visual tricks they can do to emphasize scale and size. Obviously, they could also make like just the models of the buildings bigger. I think it's really cool to see it. Like I love that alpha Pokemon exist because that kind of like fulfills, I guess, like that like allows certain Pokemon that are in our minds bigger but are actually smaller to actually appear bigger. Yeah,
I think
like
making even just the cities like larger or the areas larger also helps too, because like Legends ZA, that felt, in terms of scale, it felt pretty good, but that's like the plus side of setting it entirely within a city. It's that they made the city very, very big. You know?
Yeah. I'm trying to find like a picture right here, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like in Sword and Shield, I think there's like so many shots and angles where it's like the camera will like drop down. Yeah, this is a pretty good one where like you're running and then the camera will drop down so you're kind of at the same height of the camera and you can see like everything that's beyond you. And I guess the missed opportunity is that you can't really explore the cities that much. Like it is a very linear game. It's kind of like this like dollhouse. It's kind of like it's a trick. It's a trick of the eye, but it is still really effective because it makes the world feel massive. I think what we're hoping is Gen 10 like delivers on that because where you can actually explore the world.
Yeah, and I think along with that, there needs to be a limitation of where you can ride some Pokemon. I mean, like you can hop on Koraidon or Miraidon in like caves and in the towns everywhere, and I feel like that kind of is, it kind of breaks the immersion and the scale and feeling like you're the character in the world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, especially in the city, it's like you're the only person riding this massive creature through. I don't know.
They even have like stations where trainers have like left their Cyclozar in some cities.
Yeah.
And for some reason we just keep riding our Pokemon around it. And I don't think that's like I think it makes the game more immersive to kind of tell you can't ride your Pokemon here.
Yeah.
Like I remember a detail I always appreciated about Heart Gold and Soul Silver was that all the Pokemon are like the same size really in the overworld, but they would still, if you're in a Pokemon Center, you can't have like Onix outside of his Pokeball because even though sprite wise he's the same size as Caterpie, pretty much.
There's some Pokemon that are bigger. There are some Pokemon that are bigger.
They're a little better, but they're still like they're your trainer size. You know what I mean? They can fit in that Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you were in the real world, it wouldn't fit. So they kind of don't have your Onix appearing in the overworld when you're inside buildings and stuff. So I think that not only works, I think it kind of makes the game better.
Yeah, and just like you are correct, but just like just a slight correction there. Like the legendaries and Pokemon that would be massive in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they do appear bigger, and that's why in a Pokemon Center in a building. That's why they'll like go back into the Pokeball. And I think I do love that. I put up a picture. This is from Pokemon. I think it's in Pokemon Masters. It's in their database, but it's like Brock and Onix. I think it's actual Sugimori art, modern Sugimori art for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And Onix looks massive in a way that he has not looked since Generation 1. And I do think there's there's been some images floating around of like new models for there's a new model for Pikachu specifically, but I think there's a hope that a lot of Pokemon kind of get reworked to not just have pretty textures, but to like kind of reimagine how these Pokemon look in a game. Reimagine their scale.
So many of them are way smaller than you'd expect.
Yeah.
Especially after watching the anime and things.
Yeah.
That I think were designed without a big open world in mind.
Yeah.
To see them in a real environment.
Yeah. And those surprises can be surprising. Those can be that sounds
those surprises
quite literally.
Yeah.
We've been going a long time now.
No, but like I think there's some I like this idea. The attention to detail when it comes to scale and sizing, I think is definitely something I would like to see. I think that definitely helps. With the older games, because everything was, kind of all similarly sized, you can imagine how big a Pokemon is. You can imagine how small. You could imagine what kind of personality it might have by the description in its, stat screen. But I think the further we go, the more, like, at this point in 2026, I do want to see some of these things just kind of like, I don't want realism. I still want like a cartoon art style, but I do want to feel the size of some of these Pokemon. I want to feel the, if it's a legendary, like, make it mean. Give it some like mean, I don't know, just not even mean, but just like, I want to see these Pokemon like emote. I want to see them like in the environment doing stuff, Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm on board. This is a good point.
My second point to scale on the using scale as a loose term here is level scaling, experience scaling specifically.
Yes.
I want to see the experience scale completely redesigned instead of ending the game in the level 50s or 60s. And then that long slog to get to level 100. I really do think that, especially with an open world, taking a better use of maybe not ending at level 100, but in the 80s or 90s would allow for them to, instead of having to level scale all of the encounters, you could easily put, this area has level 70 Pokemon, or this area has level 80, this location has level 30s, and it'd be easier to understand where you should or shouldn't be in the world. I kind of liked in Sword and Shield when you first get to the wild area, it's like, whoa, that's a level like 40 or 50 Pokemon.
Right.
That's insane. I am not
that
supposed to fight this right now.
Yeah.
So
I've always liked that idea of just having Pokemon environments where, like, why not on Route 1? Yeah, there's a bunch of like level 4 Palmy I can catch, but there's also a level 50 Palmet because like I feel like that makes the game more immersive. It makes it fun to revisit areas because you'll remember that, and later when you're kind of at a higher level, you'll be like, I want to go fight and catch that Palmet. But then also too, it makes it a little more immersive to me because then like it almost presents to you that like that's a mama and those are her kids, or whatever.
I think they did this with Onix in the wild area. When you first go to the wild area, they achieved this effect with that, but I also think they achieved this with alpha Pokemon, and I'm thinking about that Rapidash in Legends Arceus. Like, I do think that is the effect. It's just what, I think they've done versions of this, and I enjoy
the Legends games did it great. Like even ZA had, you'd go into an area and like I remember it felt pretty early on that there was that like alpha Houndour or Houndoom. I mean, but
some of the.
I feel like the main games, if you will, Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield did good with it in the wild area, but those have been a little lacking. They could add to it, especially Scarlet and Violet.
I love this. I love the idea of like a random, and it could just be like, it could be that. Like we talk about, there's something in the leak, there's like data that's suggesting that they're going to incorporate, what's the buzzword? The procedurally generated content.
Yeah.
Sure.
What if that's just levels? Like, what if there's that's just random that's just RNG. Like, what if there's a 1% chance, not for a shiny, but you find like a level, you know, like in the first route, a level like 20, 30 Pokemon, you know, like,
Yeah.
and I guess why that would be interesting is because it just kind of keeps you on your toes. Like, I still remember that first time finding like Raikou or in Johto at level 40 when all my Pokemon are in their 20s, and I thought I was gonna die. Like, it was scary. Finding Dugtrio in the Diglett cave, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's like scary.
This could be like level 30 or something.
Yeah. So maybe I think in the first route, it just needs to be like 10 levels higher. Second route, you know, maybe no matter where you're at, maybe it just needs to be like 10 levels higher than where you're at to be like an actual threat.
And on the flip side, when you get to these end game levels or in the DLC, there shouldn't be like a level 60 Pidgey or something flying.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, make that a
I totally agree.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fun, man.
And likewise, like, still have some level 1 Pidgeys there or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind that, you know?
No, yeah. It's like, prevent me, like, I want to play this game. I don't want to be thinking it's a game. Like, I want to, this is my access point to the world.
It makes it more fun the entire time you're playing, because early on in the game, it's like you're kind of having to actively avoid these stronger leveled Pokemon that you cannot take right now. But then also later in the game, you're getting annoyed running into these Pokemon. You're like, all right, I'm catching it. Oh, it's level 15.
Yeah.
I need to be at least level 30, and you know, having to hunt for it.
I'm hoping they change up a lot of things in this game, especially like I think about like PP. I'm so glad that they got rid of that in Legends ZA. Like, as a gameplay thing, I'm like, it only hinders my experience in modern Pokemon games to have PP. Like, there's a lot of little things like that they could just correct for like a modern, you know, battle system.
Right.
I mean, don't let it hinder your experience, man. We all have it.
I just want them to scale the trainer battles and gym battles, though. I still want that.
Sure, yeah. That's
Everything
true.
else can be what you guys said, but I want the freaking trainer battles and gym battles to be scaled, because when you're, or at least if it's like an area, at least the gym battles, but like, if it's like an area that you see the Pokemon are high level, then that's what the trainer should be as well. Like the same kind of thing as what you were saying.
This is the thing that's so funny, is that like we're asking for this thing like as if it's the next step, but they literally in Fire Red, the battle tower in the Sevi Islands scales the levels to whatever the highest level is in your party. So it's like, all right, y'all did this back on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
You can do this. Come on.
I do think that's something that can make this game feel completely new. If basically, right, in the code, every gym leader has the ability to be gyms 1 through 8. So it's like you can truly take the gyms on in any order. And you're essentially rewarding and encouraging people to play the game multiple times, the campaign multiple times, right?
It was such a lame reveal.
Levels.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Even if there's some gyms that you have to be done in a certain order, like maybe the first island you're on, it's like, okay, do gyms 1, 2, and 3. Here's the order. Now you get access to the open world. You can surf or whatever.
They did that in Gen 1.
Yeah, now do the gyms in whatever order beyond this point to your heart's
You can do platinum gyms out of order.
I think you can do Fantina.
Oh yeah,
Wake,
I think so.
And it's not all of them, but I think you can do Fantina, Wake, and Maylene out of order. I think
that makes sense.
Maybe
it's like that. It's like that little.
You asked
circle.
me, and my brain immediately went, I don't know.
Well, it's definitely. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. No, I like that. I like that. Yeah, man. Good ideas, Vice. Really, really good ideas.
Very good ideas.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, Vice.
Good to hear from you. Yep.
You have a good one, man.
This is the end of the podcast, but if you want to keep listening, the rest of this conversation with our Discord community will be available on Patreon and for YouTube channel members. Unlock this content with the links in the description. Every other episode of Hidden Power is on our YouTube channel and on Spotify, Apple, and anywhere else that you get your podcast. We'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.